plenty of
Let's go, baby.
players that you
All right,
expect
game
to
one,
see
chat.
in a major finals. Also,
And we're unconned.
situations
And
where
we're
maybe we'd be a little
unconned.
bit surprised if people qualified through, but that's the beauty of this format, as it looks as though Pink, Nebs, Kiro, uncontested Demon's Dojo
Ooh,
completely,
nice.
so they're going to have that entire piece
W.
themselves.
We are
It's
missing a
not just
team, though.
what's from that
We are missing a team.
commentary bit ahead of the show. It's more, also just the fact that Demon's Dojo.
32 teams, huh?
Highlight, it's not exactly.
Oh, they're supposed to be unconned. They're supposed to be conned as
that
well.
Direct contest, especially with them pushing more towards that
When
northern section. But
Please don't tell me Savage is
other
surprise conned.
teams, maybe
Oh,
not so
Damus. Is
lucky.
Damus conned? Wait,
Alien.
Damus is fighting someone.
Cal, they're
Could have been
trying
out
to
of the sky,
dictate
but
whether or
usually don't
not
get
they're
too many
gonna
kills
have
out of the sky. It
open
pumps.
Fire here. But their starting points, they know that there's another team.
That's two teams
not
that are
too
supposed to be
far
conned who
away
are
from their
unconned. So
current
now I'm a little bit
location,
scared of
so
where
they'll
those two
keep an
teams
open
have
eye out.
gone. Pans got a kill, but that was probably
this
out of the sky at
weekend
fields. That's not that
yesterday.
uncommon.
Also, big battle of spawn is going to be.
This spawn fight is meant to be happening, though. Where are we going?
People,
Wait, what?
Well, teams will choose not to fight at this drop spot. It's not that easy
Oh.
to do, and I think we saw a lot of teams coming.
We're
from
just
sort of
stealing
shiny
half the loot
shops
and then backing up.
Crime
Okay.
City in certain areas that are going to be third parties. I think that's why we just see.
Okay.
Janice fast Focus here,
Weird
just sort of
start. I'm
dipping
not gonna
around
lie
and,
to everything.
Trying to settle for this sort of football pitch.
We'll take
here,
it, though.
so not too concerning for those guys. Just getting off to a good start. And I think that's what we've seen throughout these last 2 weeks, or two groups, I should say, of competition, is that the first game is always a little bit slower. It's always a little bit more composed. Players are
All right, Refscout's still unconned too. Where are all the teams then?
Because all you need is one win, or you can set up the consistency in this game.
Yeah,
you sort
Savage
of
must be
have
unconned. They would have
both
shown it if he
options
was
available
conned,
to
so.
you. As the games go on, as the players continue to either thrive or not, then you know your choices.
Pans didn't load in. Didn't we just see Panzer get a kill
See how that
in the
develops. An
feed?
interesting trio there as well, and Asraf's Garden.
So we saw Panzer already get a kill.
They do uncontested Seaport as well, so lots of area to work in. And
Hey, let's go, baby. Mob's not a 4. Rezon got you. 200 IQ. Let's go.
Have a good day today, because it would be great to see them in the Major 2 finals. I mean, just look at the names on the screen. You'd expect to see them there as well.
But this is the revival status that everyone has been wanting to witness, essentially. And it's not just Savage from this trio. If you really break it all down, Vidil and Reason, they're also trying to find
maybe
that
there's 5 teams at
restoration,
Hopeful. How are we not watching the Hopeful fight?
And it's not too far from their reach.
How do we have a quad
This could
contested
be
Hopeful and we're not
real
watching it?
statement
Did
piece
this
for
have
them
not
if they're able to
happen?
lock in for the
Surely
Major
that
2
would have been
finals.
like...
Still, with the competition,
I'm so
kind of
confused.
scattered around the map here.
Weird start.
There's a lot of
Weird start.
2-2, 2-3 kind of caliber teams that could definitely be aiming for some pretty steep upsets here.
Yeah, and I think that's what we've seen throughout Group 1 and 2 so far, is that the bigger teams, the big names, they don't necessarily pick up wins in the way that we'd expect. We have seen some sort of newer trios and some lesser-known trios actually picking up victory.
Oh, Wheat's unconned, though.
Teams that are
W for my top 5 pred.
shoo-ins to be in the Major 2 finals, actually qualifying through consistency.
I think this is probably the most underrated team in this group, I'm not going to lie. I think this team should be like on most people's lock for a top 10. Not many people been talking about him.
Wheat and Lucia walking all the way through Magic Mosses here. This is a drop spot we've seen real great results from. Of course, you know, that black market being so valuable for so many of our
Oh, it's a
players.
robbery in progress.
And of course, all
Dude, the
loot you can get
UI
from there, all
is
the
so
splashes.
ugly
We've
right
seen
now in
so many
Fortnite, man,
loadouts
with Spec Line. There's so much
far,
random
just
shit that
about
pops up.
24, 30 splashes, something like that. It's just always a great sight to see.
Everybody's just being
Oh.
so friendly. That,
Wait,
that
what?
air of restraint that seems to
Everyone's
kind of be
being so
encapsulated a lot
friendly.
right now. Janice trying to see if he can get some opening shots here, kick things off. A handful of eliminations have already taken place, but
Oh, Moneymaker ended up getting conned, did he?
as many as,
Like
as
for the
you
for the
might
train or actually
anticipate
at Crime City?
at this point. It just seems like all of these teams, particularly Karamuto, trying to just skirt by unnoticed.
Wow,
You
this is
are
a
in such a
passive
difficult
start.
position,
Good
sandwiched
God, this is a
between two
passive start.
relatively
Holy
healthy
shit.
Trios. It's going to be very difficult for him
Get
to pull his
active,
way
boys.
out of
Time
this
some
one.
shots.
Focus for Shxrk and Janice, though. Focus, in particular, even made note, we have zero intentions of leaving Outlaw Oasis. We will fight this until the end of time here in Group 3.
What did they do in Game 1? They left, didn't they? They rotated on.
No, that was the Finchick in them, but... at the
Oh,
same
Ilusha
time,
versus
it's-
Hellfire, but Hellfire split.
It's always hard, right, to want to go for the early contest. You have to imagine that teams are going to want to split it, though, because they don't
All right, Trip got knocked in the feed, but he's back up.
Yeah,
So they've given up the surge spot. So Ilution, Frizzy, and Wheat just wanted the surge spot, I think.
Make sure that you sort of set the tone for the rest of the day.
Okay, okay.
You know, whether you go for height, whether you do just
pushing the Danes off is not easy.
High placement game. It's going to do wonders for the points, for the confidence within the trio as well. Because as every game goes where you're not picking up placement points, it is a case where you're not able to get that consistency qual.
I do take it back, by the way. It was actually the Geyser. Always have to remember, but it's a bold strategy to go for, right? When you are landing at Outlaw and you know that there's another team contesting.
What happened to the game I love, man?
If you go up in the air, it does make you a pretty prime target.
I mean, this is a team IGL'd by literally the surge-based creator, Papa Trulex. So like, I should be surprised, but goddamn, man, what happens to Fortnite, bro?
Just kind of making the most
oh my
of Foxy
god!
Floodgate,
Every fight they show is just these like either gigantic like flower bases or just like huge ramps.
Just gives you a general overview
oh
of the
my
lobby.
gosh!
And Shxrk, he's going to be the first one trying to keep an eye out while everybody else on his team kind of settles into their own separate roles.
Yeah, lots of talk about Shxrk as well at the moment, being a very exciting
Pink
player
the GOAT.
to watch.
W Pink.
Excellent fragger within the scene. Of course, partnered up with Noah Rayleigh, who we all know what he's been capable of over the years, almost having a little mini resurgence.
Yeah, it's weird seeing a team with Noah and Shxrk in the surge base, but honestly, it is good for him.
Performing incredibly well. And this is
Ignaz and Kira placed top 10 in 68% of their finals games this season. Second best on EU.
And
W Pink
as you can see,
out of Demon Dojo.
Of making these top 10s in most
wow,
of their games.
That's actually a really good stat. W Pink
is what's most important, making sure they can get through that mid game. When they get to end game, they're going to be getting into the later stages of it. I mean, the experience of all three, you'd expect that to be the case as well.
Who does it? Who does it the most? Probably Cammy. I'm trying to think who would have that stat.
To see Pink doing well.
Probably Marius' team or Cammy.
Making their way into the Major 2 finals. And I like the confidence from Pink as well. I feel like that's something that he can.
I'm trying to think of who's been unconned and doing really well in tournaments. Queasy, nah, Queasy's been conned too much and had a couple
Hijo and some
Queasy had 2 really good tournaments and then a few rough tournaments. So I don't think it's Queasy.
Can just carry you through these sort of lobbies.
I think it's Cammy. Yeah, I think it's Cammy. I think mini fours can see over 17.
Exchange right now between Thomas and Synod, as well as a Nas.
It is Cammy, yeah. Damus has been conned too many times for that stat, I think. Damus is great when unconned, but cons messed him up a bit.
But could be an opening. These shields continue to crack as heavily as they have been. Synod doesn't exactly have a whole lot of white heals. He's going to have to drop down to the base of this surge tower that they've built up. A little bit more up close and personal, though.
Oh, here we go.
For Ricky, Zardo, and Nefario. You can tell that they want to get involved, but a team just kind of tearing through. It's going to be the real.
Would you put Ping in your predictions? Uncon top 5? 100%. Yeah, 100%. I probably should have still put him in even with con, honestly. Yeah, I'd be shocked to see Pink not qual today, man. He's been playing really well this season.
Get a little bit healthier, and it's a full disengage. They don't like the fact
Isn't Nas the Mr. Beast in Nas? Yes, but I feel like Mr. Beast has achieved. Oh, sorry, fuck. And Nas has achieved a lot in his career outside of Mr. Beast as well. But yes, technically it is Mr. Beast and Nas.
Plaguing teams in Group 2.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a smart decision. We were
Green Outlaw
Yucky in game number 1 as well. And what we saw yesterday was teams that had already qualified in Blaha, Mixon, and Combeck just running riot across the whole lobby. So, you want to try and avoid those sort of teams later on down the line as well. The teams that haven't got as much to lose. Team that we expect
to. We got hit some of those.
Performing well today. Lots of eyes on. Of course, with the experience of all
Deal Savage is on the most experienced EU team. 63. Okay, they've got to keep those stats up for longer. 63 FNCS finals appearances between the 3 of them.
Quite a lot.
That's crazy.
With teams, we saw it with Fred Oxy yesterday, sort of basing up on top of the black market, just ensuring that
Akira did not load in. Oh, so that's why Pink was uncon game 1. Akira didn't load in.
I like how Savage is sort of in another.
Pink's gonna make this game count then.
Trying to get that damage as
maybe
much
Pink
as
wins game 1. Cinema.
Especially for this trio, we just want to see them in those end games. That's where they can cook. That's where they can perform at their best with Reason Vidil just bouncing off of each other.
I feel like Reason's so young, but I guess he started competing right as he was like 13, 14.
Definitely going to be a reoccurring theme, though. Seeing
Pix Damas. Only Trio have won 3 tournaments this season.
They know that they can afford to kind of catch the stragglers who are rotating a little bit later, trying to ride a little bit more of that Storm presence, but when you can afford those...
Okay, did load in. Oh, okay, never mind. We're getting bad comps.
Spot of trouble here, though, for Shxrk. Fortunately, going to be revived, brought back into the fight, Memphis Grenade, but make sure that he's back to being relatively healthy. Focus, on the other hand, he's found his first elimination, but Yan is now the one who might be turned upon. can see Focus already trying to fall back.
Demon King Artie.
Demon King, don't think that he has enough left over in the arsenal
Demon
here, and he
King.
knows more company rolling up to this territory. He's gonna have to just let that Elim go. Another double revive opportunity here, and Janus wants to make sure that he's healthy.
Slow game, very slow start,
for
yeah.
this trio overall, just finding those 2 Elims.
Yeah, massive for those guys there. Just getting the knocks, of course, taking a little bit of damage as well, but taking those risks. And
nice
well
rap.
done considering the amount of players that are nearby. We spoke about third parties and just the ability to.
Sentinel Infiltrator, Sentinel's better by far, Blacks, yeah. Only thing Infiltrator has gold for it is its range. It's got crazy range on it, but don't get to use that very often, so Sentinel's just better.
So really well fought, and I think that the experience of players like Janus and Shxrk are going to be so important there for this trio. Playing in these sort of environments.
I think the Demon King is a faker mention. I was trying to think of what that could be. It's probably an anime mention or a faker mention.
That pressure can be a little
The
bit too
unkillable
much.
Demon
Now we see
King.
Panzer and Apple doing what they do best on the wall. Bacon's on the other side.
Thomas and
I don't think
Apple
it's
are
gonna go
weak,
well
though.
for him, as it doesn't. Apple drops into the box. Thomas gets the finish, and these guys are going to be really happy with that. 2 eliminations already. This is a trio that we had eyes on at the beginning of the day as well. A trio that we expect to go through, and hopefully for Thomas HD make his first major finals of the year after not making last season, which is a shock to everyone, I'm sure, and he will know better than anyone how difficult and tumultuous those last chance qualifiers can be.
Other conclusions, though, haven't been found just yet here, as Menace and Stan looking to try and keep the Lobby 1 hopes going.
B Jones, the tail for 7.
Losing their teammate does make the 2 versus 3 scenario. They've got to make sure they wrap this one up quickly, or at least find the disengage. Doesn't seem like that's the intention, though, for Madness. He looks to close it entirely, jump straight into the box, but Stan has fallen. Diesel making sure that he gets the full credit there, and a clean trio.
I know, right, Craze? Yeah, second global to not making next grands was a rough turnaround for Thomas, but he handled it really well, man. He was like, look, no excuses, just he gave like he made a really nice tweet about it. It was like, no excuses, just wanted to play with some Danish players. Me and Queasy know why we didn't play together, and we just didn't do well.
Inside the same box, they could have those different angles. They had the walls that they could edit out on, which was nice for them. As the island comes through as well, a lot more teams sort of
Chloe, the private 24 is 2 years
previously, so whether they'll go for it or not is another question. Probably not in the way that this island works nowadays. And Scary Sean and Joanne Gaudet, these guys are an exciting trio to watch. It's a team that performed well last season, I should say, as well. Pick up a win, yeah, from
one of our few teams also representing on the controller side of things, if I'm not mistaken. So they're trying to keep the dream alive, that's for sure. Checking back in though with Pink, Nebs,
10 splashes, nice.
For Pink and Nebs specifically,
do you get much gold at Dojo, Chad? I've never dropped there. Couldn't fucking tell you what you get out of Dojo, so.
Really just be like the unsaid finishing blow to Chino after what happened in yesterday's groups, and not only that, but everybody of course doesn't want to have to actually deal with their odds in the last chance qualifier. It's a big part of the reason why we see so many of these teams trying to just play through to their best strengths here. F9 and Moneymaker
cover a lot of land, so gold llama is possible. Oh, true. You do cover a lot of like, just general area.
So the teams rotating
true. Good point.
Close to them.
What's up, Rezi?
Definitely trying to be a bit wary here.
Yeah, excited about Moneymaker, F9 and Faded as well. I think this is a trio that have what it takes to qualify through today. I think if I was to make a prediction, I can see them picking up a win today, honestly, landing at Crime City, all of that loot to themselves.
Very slow start to this group, though.
So
jeez.
much potential within that trio as well. What a controller activity in there, too.
Hey, feeling playing Reload, Warm Up Pro. It's been fun, man. Yeah, I feel like,
I think they just have what
mechs are getting better than I thought they would quicker, which is nice.
Individual moments, I think, where they might
it's been fun, man. It's been fun.
Into those consistent placements when it comes to the major two.
Excited to get some customs going so I can get some endgame practice. That's definitely what I need the most, bro. Like, I just so tunnel vision in endgame still because I just haven't played it in so long.
For the messy outcome here at Lone Wolf.
Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Dogpile. This is what happens, bro. Everyone's so passive, then Surge shows itself, and it's just full W key.
A little bit of a break.
We went from nothing to like a 6-team Dogpile.
But it's a whole other trio that's currently trying to break into where Shxrk is pinned up at.
I think it was Deceptos, wasn't it? Oro? Floki, Clement, and Deceptos sounds right.
A whole lot of chaos essentially unfolding at the Lone Wolf.
It's just like there's 4 or 5 different trios around here, then another 2 just sort of outside the air. It's like bees
such a
around
cool
out.
name
Everyone
too,
wants a piece of the action.
Deceptos.
Noah Rayleigh doing what Noah Rayleigh does best in this fight, picking up a lovely.
How many people are
there.
here? Like, what is actually?
Share Scary Sean, really nicely done from him, just keeping his team in it.
This is why Trilex picked up Shxrk and Noah though. Come on.
This is where you need your fraggers to really step up.
These are 2 players to duo clutch for you for sure.
Try and disengage, try and pick up the reboot onto Trulex. We try and pick up some more damage. They're 563 above right now, which is solid. But the longer
like
they wait, the less
is from
chance they're
Pokemon?
going to get to reboot Trulex. So
really,
decisions have to be made from these guys as they are now getting aggressed from another angle at Sai. His trio is just trying to close on in. Definitely a difficult duo to fight though. Shxrk and Noah Rayleigh, 2 differing styles of player, if you like. One a little bit more experienced than the other, but both have incredible skills. Noah Rayleigh does get absolutely beamed there.
I think Noah's 20 at this point, Chad. I think he's got to be 19 or 20, just based on how long he's been playing for. He pretty much has to be. He's been playing since early chapter 2, so.
Some of the attention away from them so that they can heal up, but this is just moments where any wrong move.
Shxrk still just on his surge base, bro. Oh, Savage is back over here. Oh, 245 below.
2 versus 3 was the initial issue there for Noah Rayleigh and Shxrk. It's the fact that it was 2 versus everybody taking place at Lone Wolf Lair. This could be a fight that Noah Rayleigh and Shxrk decide to revisit, but it all depends on where Sai and his team actually.
Oh, we're chopping him out. We're chopping it.
Taking note of the fact that Genesis trio attempting to make a little bit
Never
of
mind.
surface up
We're
top
building them out.
It's never safe to just try and pickaxe them out, considering that there are just so many other teams surrounding Genesis' team. They had the right idea, though. They're just going to
Goodenbot.
They don't
Wait,
have
Goodenbot's named himself Goodenbot.
in comparison to Sai.
Imagine doing that.
Clearly needs the damage.
So cringe. Made me so about to beat him up.
Close on through here. He's trying to find something. That's why they were so aggressive against Shxrk and Noah Rayleigh. They needed it. It was required, and now you can see them just trying everything, popping those gold splashes to get this increased speed and getting some shots through from Sai, but it's not quite going to happen as he gets knocked. And it's that just desperation
Raid with playing 14.
Sai and Nak and Nikez, these guys are just able to try and find a little bit of surge damage, but what they did wrong was just the fact that they were just running in as solos. Sai right there just doing it all on his own. As now NQZ goes down, and it's going to follow as well. It's just not ideal for them whatsoever. But the way that they went about that definitely could have been better. But it's so difficult to put into practice, Taco, when you are below. You want to try and make that heroic move, the heroic play, jump in the box, hit a 200. You have it all planned out in your head, and it just doesn't always go the same.
But hey, while we're on the topic of teams that love going for a good brawl,
Bruh, I don't know.
Darm,
DJ, you gotta.
Another team that excels.
I don't know. Calling someone who's never won an FNCS to potentially win 4 in the future is like. I don't know.
Another one of his teammates. I feel
like people jump on the hype train of young players way too quick. Not even like jumping on the hype train's fine, but like that's mad disrespect for the Poyo's legacy, man.
On this next zone pool, but
Poyo's only one of 2 players in the history of Fortnite to win 4 FNCSs in a row. Pretty safe to say no one's gonna have a performance like that. Or very rare to go from 0 to that.
Too long when you're going for those peaks. But
come on, Savage. Come on, Savage.
Also, got to be careful of.
Got good potential, yeah, but come on, we're just saying shit then.
Very desperate, very underneath that surge damage threshold, and it's not like they're exactly sitting pristine above it either. Only 136 and dropping.
And a big rotate to make as well, and when this island is in the zone, it can just be very, very difficult to make those rotations. The team
who's the other one? PH's in.
We haven't seen an island.
Poyo PH's in, the only players to have won 4 in a row.
In FNCS, so there's always something that's interesting to watch here at the end.
Reap broke up Wales'
try and make a rotation.
win spree, so it's not, it's not Whale.
Same as well. Borovsky unfortunately lost their teammate, so not an ideal circumstance for them either. They do have the mobility items to make their way over, but it's such a long rotation, such a long way to go. And you can see Savage right now.
Is it PH in King's Trio? Yeah.
Try and find the best way forward, but for Hellfire, Strapped, and Trippin, these guys really have a bit of a problem on their hands. Only 29 below, which is not too bad. Only a couple of shots need to connect, but that Storm Surge is going to be ticking away at their HP. Not only that, just also the players that are holding them inside of the zone as well. They're delayed rotation.
Surge is brutal.
Could be their demise here if they're not careful. Lacking in the heals department as well, Taco. So this is looking pretty dire for them. Now dropped to 71 below. They need to hop in a box at some point, and not just for Surge.
teams in front of them and the teams right next to them. I believe it was Thomas, HD, Panzer, and Upwell who might have even taken notice of where Tripper's current team is at. But the primary issue is just Tripper was already so low, likely from having tried to clear a path earlier on, looking for peaks, looking for damage, and now they've just found themselves at the bottom of this small hill. They've got to find a way to get up and over. The bridge going to provide a little bit of natural coverage, so they'll be able to wrap around that way.
Oh, wait, Damus and Dama are a duo, no picks.
Towards a less congested
Thomas, Panzer, Upwell, still a full trio. Who's going to win this? Because, like, I'm not seeing, like, any of our big teams super healthy here, looking like they're in the position to win the game. Unless they're just not showing them.
Upwell, Panzer, Thomas, though, also sitting just above that damage threshold.
Pink's got to make this game count, man. If there's the chance that Akira might con later, we'll see.
It almost seems like Thomas is just waiting for an opportunity to really open up that floor and get the ball rolling here. He sits around on low ground for too long, though.
Oh, as I say that, no big team looking healthy. I thought Savage was looking worse than this. Oh, shit. Game 1 win. Little 30-minute shift, you know.
Here, losing Demas to Savage's trio.
Come on, this is the most experienced Boomer trio.
Able to pick up a huge refresh at this point in the game.
Got to get it done before we get too tired, you know.
It's Dom on his own. No
Savage win game 1 would be great.
The health is not looking so great. Full shield, so he can survive if he does hop in a box and try and find the elimination, find that knock, which will be useful. And he is also above Storm Surge threshold as well, which is important, but it's not looking too great for them.
Ugh, mythic auto. Yucky.
Consistency at times as well. So we'll see how they can do in the future games as Janice Focus and Fast Rogue here. Still in this game as well. They've had a couple of wobbles in the mid game, but they're still going. The experience of this trio are going to hopefully play into their favor, and they're just getting into that zone. You saw so many people just on that edge of the previous zone, so it shouldn't be a too difficult rotation for too many people. So just keeping tabs on what's happening.
Ooh, Mappy though, Goonbot still on the high ground.
Establish yourself here as well, Taco.
Plenty of teams though in those mid layers.
Mappy's good on height, man. Mappy's a hard team to beat on height.
They want to try and begin elevating. They don't want to get caught on the low ground with all these other teams that are just kind of
Dom gets another kill though.
Each other, looking to get ahead of the pack. Gudenbri and Mappy.
Come on, Gudenbot, bring him down, son. Oh, it's a big ass height battle against each other. We might be griefing each other here. Neither team wants to give it up.
That is until Zandy gets a little bit more than what he bargained for.
Thomas and Panzer get a refresh. Nice.
Potions to restore.
Bro, fighting for height this early is just not the play. I don't know.
From the team that they're staring down for this height control.
And they're just trying to build up and make sure the other team are not able to take that higher position. I think Zandy and company are going to be able to hold on to that, and they are. Their pressure was sort of.
Oh, we are not too healthy too. I don't know. We'll see.
Of this lobby, they're looking down. They're trying to.
I don't see Zandy winning from this, but maybe we get some good placement. We'll see.
One height win that we haven't seen.
Come on, Savage. Come on, Savage. Oh, Savage is fighting Upwell. Fighting Panzer, the X trio.
Shield trying to find some damage, get that refresh coming as long as they, as quickly as they can.
Wheat Ilusha on the low ground, but they're a duo.
As well, they're playing on that sort of lower section of the map.
Savage could win this game, man. They're by far one of the healthiest trios. It's probably going to be Savage versus Thomas. At least as far as the two healthiest trios here with the most experience. Shouldn't say experienced. Panzer and Upwell's actually not experienced at all, but very good trios.
That front side low, Revscar is going to be a victim for it. Still, Thomas can't get to the body just yet. Ned's trying to hold him off, but Ned's,
oh my god, we can't get the body. What the fuck?
Break through instead. Thomas
that took so long to get that refresh.
Credit onto us, but it comes at a cost. Upwell having
bro, what is going on back here?
And taken out of the fight here.
Dude, that took so long to get that. Oh, Clement's fighting high ground. The Frenchies are going up on Mappy.
However, they've lost it to Vadil, Reason, and
oh,
Savage.
good front side low. Let's go, Savage.
Chop out as many teams from
creating the space, baby. Come on.
They want to make sure that they stay uncontested on this layer, and Savage is just building ahead. Tarping creating
almost down to a solo. This is looking good for Savage. Any other full trios in here? Akira, I see Akira Kurama. Oh, Akira Kurama and Khabib Nurma.
Through this low ground section. Fincheck going down.
That's
there.
Shxrk.
Huge elimination onto him, and this is so many materials now for this tree. You can see how much control.
Nice, look at the space control. Come on, Savage.
So much of these builds are theirs. They have so much edit control as well.
Oh, but wait, Akira Kurama's team healthy on the high ground as a trio. That could be a tough one to beat.
Akira Kurama and that trio are looking to take control of that height, as Mappy and Rakuzan are still in the game as well. But
that's a double controller trio as well, man.
Mrsavage is
little Cam Okus action.
Just trying to control as much of that low ground as possible. We have a couple of heal-off players as well. They're trying to make their way inside of the zone.
Oh, look at the weapons. Look at the elims, bro. 12 elims. They've definitely got the loot advantage over Savage. Oh, but Savage pretty stacked, though. Running out of mats. They're running out of mats. Come on, boys. Come on, Savage. This is a great game from Savage either way, but come on. Oh. Who else is in it? Ilusha. Ilusha can play spoiler. So could Clement. Someone grief height. Nah, I want to see Kurama qual too, though. Clement goes down. Nice. Rezon's going to pop his chug. Nice. 3v3. Savage versus Akira. This is going to be a scrappy fight here. Kurama's team's good fighters.
High ground versus
oh, Savage goes down. No, Savage goes down. Going for Shxrk.
For Kurama right there, who does a great job, but Akira's lost his teammate in Kurama, so now it's all down to a 2v2. All up to Shxrk.
Hey, good ass game for Savage, though. Good ass game for Savage. We take that. No way. Kurama, Akira, and Shxrk. Double controller. The Frenchies. Taking it. I didn't even have them on the prediction, man. They were supposed to be conning pink. Where'd they even end up dropping? Do we even know where they dropped? They were meant to be conning pink. People in my chat said they didn't even connect into the lobby. Where did they go? No way they surprise con someone else, I'm guessing, and then qual game one. That's great for pink, though. That's really good for pink. That means pink gets unconned the whole day.
For those teams, really, they were looking very, very strong, and it was just a classic high ground versus low ground. I think it was Akira, I should say, who got the first knock.
Oh, we'll do what's the easiest one here? Ooh, they're all tough names to spell. Let's do Akira with a double I tab. You guys want some V-Bucks? Do Akira. AK, double I, R-A, Akira.
What do you make of that?
I mean, you guys know I've been gassing up Kurama a bunch. His NA placements in solos have been disgusting.
11, I know you said you were joking about Mrsavage potentially taking the first victory royale, but they came
they were very close
to making
so chat, you guys want some V-Bucks? Type the word Akira in chat.
Meanwhile, though, props
make sure you turn your Twitch whispers on and just keep an eye on your DMs. My mod merits will DM you the code. Oh, this echo is killing me.
So well, it means we're not going to get the clash, sadly, with Pink at Demon's Dojo, but let's face it, Takata, we probably weren't going to get
Yo, uncon Pink for the whole tournament now is great chance for a top 5.
Battle, but I mean, good news for Pink. He might be able to pick up
Let's
a bit
go,
of extra
baby.
loot now, but also bad news because if he does end up qualifying, he might have to.
Thanks for following as well on the subscriptions on YouTube chat. Appreciate y'all.
Once again, congratulations to them for making it.
I'm a big fan of this team. I think you look at Akira, and obviously he's had his own journey throughout this year. That's been fun to watch him go against the polls. But on this team with Kurama and Shxrk, I mean, again, both of those guys, talented French players. I've been a big fan of Kurama actually for quite a while. I remember commentating like a random PlayStation Cup in maybe like 2023 or something. And he was
Kurama was, Kurama's nuts.
And ever since then, he's continued to
All right, chat, 15 more seconds and I'll call the giveaway.
Congrats to these guys. They definitely deserve their spot in the final.
Interesting to me, though, that Akira used to play with Podesai. Podesai swaps out Akira for Art Skill, saying that Art Skill is the better fragger. And yet Akira ending that with his trio on something like 15 eliminations, and Akira's
damn, Kelly, going for throats.
So, let's hope we're going to see some more French-on-French action as we continue the season, boys. And we're going to have
good start for Savage, though.
And continue
we'll call it there
after this break.
All right, check leaderboard. W star for Savage, though. That's a good-ass game. Going to be 100% the first team in consistency, right? Nice. 81. Solid lead on the consistency already. 9 Elam second. That was a pretty far north zone, too, for Mars Meadows. Did I say Kelly? Oh, Frankie. Sorry, I said Kelly. My bad, Chad. Sorry. Frankie. My bad. So we got Akira 1 game 1. Then we got Vidil, Wheat, Gunbra, Vox, and Zhu. Interesting. So a few teams in the top 5 so far didn't call. So Thomas just outside. Anas outside. Moneymaker. Pink in 14th. Zero Elam 11th. What happened to Pink? We didn't see them go down, did we? Their loot was looking really good. I wonder what happened to Pink this game. Not sure. Who didn't load in? Not sure, man. Not sure. Wait, was that Nikov's only POV? I guess now. You just watch the broadcast, though. You just chill and watch the broadcast now. He got caught in the Thomas fight. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, Cookie, yeah. So it's 5 teams that win and then top 5 on consistency go through. This is our last crew for EU. Who is Kelly? Oh, Kelly's the NA analyst. Don't know why I said Kelly. But yeah, Kelly's the NA analyst. Nikov was mad at Levin for an XM merchant, not gentlemates. Thank you, Jazz, do the T on for 28. What's up, Lucky? Love Frankie. She's great. She is, yeah. When Frankie first came in, she brought a very different vibe that I think a lot of people weren't too happy with. She came from more of a traditional esports background, like questioning the players a bit more. And I think some people thought she was just being rude, but yeah, I definitely like I like Frankie on the broadcast. Thank you, Bullhammer, with the Prime for 6. Only 3 games for last chance? Yep. So last chance will be a 3-hour open qualifier. Top 33 make it to round 2, and there's only 3 games. There's no broadcast of that, but I'll be in replays like casting and stuff. Will there be Pro-Am scrims Aussie? Probably not, man. I don't think that'd be very likely. Hey, Silks for 217. Have we seen that stuff? T-Duzzle, Natesky, A5, Zray, Venom, Malabuka, Ops, Raid, Jonah, Slow Banana, Kev, Chloe. Hey, what's up, Chloe? B Jones, Miniforce, Dilly, V9, Harry, Chant, Beer Kyle, Tiny Penguin, Clabs. Thanks up, chat. Appreciate y'all. Pushing back towards 12k. I appreciate y'all a lot. Thank you so much. Actually, leave it up here because we're gonna have them come back.
Welcome back to FNCX and congratulations to Akira, Karama and Werix because they took our first game of the day and that means they booked their spot already.
Chimera with the Prime for 3.
To grand finals. And a trio that came incredibly close to taking it from them was Mrsavage, Reason and Vidil. And we spent a long time talking about these guys in the pre-show 11 because this is a trio we were not expecting.
The Nas have an FNCS win? No. Quite a few high placements but no win. A Dane has never won FNCS. It's a crazy stat considering how many phenomenal Danes we've had in the history of Fortnite and currently in Fortnite. Yeah, Dane has never won an FNCS.
There was a lot of concern about whether or not they'd be able to figure things out, you know. I'm going to shamelessly plug my podcast again, Fantasia, but we interviewed Mrsavage on it right after he announced he was coming back. And we were like, oh, so what the role's going to be? And he was like, yeah, I don't really know. I guess a reasons IGLing or something. Like, you know, like, it was just all over the place, right? They were like, I don't know where we're landing. I don't know who's IGLing, who's doing what role, right? But they're slowly.
I know someone pointed out, but Miss Epico's got 4 back-to-back. Nah, he has an Oro. PH Zin and Poyo, the only 2 have got 4 in a row.
This game just claiming low ground layers and really just sort of snuffing out anybody from being able to take them away from frontside low.
Yeah, it was looking a little too good, Levin. I mean, I'm almost convinced, you know, they were like top 2 and then Savage like took a
What's up,
peek at
Godley?
monitor.
Thank you, Odley. I'm excited to watch you later today, man. I looked it up. I don't know what to tell you, Oro. They just don't, bro. I'm not sure what you're looking at, man. They just don't. Re-ruin their 4P, man.
Controlling low, and even in those last moments, I think they picked up an elim or 2 on Akira's trio on height. So overall, this is an amazing start for this.
I know what you're looking at. I've literally talked to Whale about this like a week ago.
We were seeing, you know, so many different trios going for the high ground, but I have to say, I feel like the interesting stuff was happening on the lower layers.
Yeah, it should be fun, Odley. It should be fun, man. Who are you playing with, dude? Who's your squad? I haven't looked at the squad list yet.
Living for seeing Thomas really leading the charge. Unfortunately, they lost Upland in the process of trying to dominate the low grounds, but it was refreshing to see how re-energized these guys are looking to Carter.
Yeah, I mean, it was looking very good. They were a bit below Storm Surge, so in the late game, they found a refresh, ended up going above, but I don't know if they got too greedy or kind of what went wrong, but they went for that knockdown and tried getting extra loot, which kind of led to Upple getting
you're playing with Volks?
See that their synergy,
Oatly, Volks, Reckless, and Phasma.
Despite them having formed later on in the season 11.
No, absolutely. But look, I mean, it's clear what went wrong here, right? They obviously go for the refresh and they just stay too long, right? And what do we know about Fortnite when the zone's pulling against you and you sort of stay in backside too long and the zone's pulling away and you have all these teams on congested looking to fight, like you eventually will just get caught out, right? You're playing a dangerous game. So again, it's understandable why they were going for the fight here. Of course, you want the refresh, you need the extra loot, the mats, but they maybe stayed just an inch too long and it cost them there towards the end.
Yeah, I mean, they still got
we'll see how Volk shows are being family friendly. That'll be very interesting, man.
In a decent spot on the leaderboard, as we already saw. So I mean, it is top 5 after those 5 trios that already qualified through the VR. So I think, you know, they're off to a good start. I'm not worried.
I wonder if we can check out the leaderboard again, because actually we didn't get to mention all the big names that are in the lobby tonight, but there are quite a lot. And we saw the likes of Noah, Trulex, and Shxrk having a great start. I'm interested to see if they're able to work.
What's up, Dex? Game's looking great, bro.
The end of today, because it unfortunately didn't go their way after what looked like a strong start. Also, Janice Focus and Fast Roki, they seem to have some mid-game issues previously, but they were actually really good for eliminations, Takata. Something like 6th for eliminations, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, they did a good job even earlier on. I think in 8th zone, they already had picked up quite a good amount of elims. They were getting those refreshes when they needed to, but they did end up going down, I believe, in 6th place throughout this match. So, I mean, top 6 with a decent amount of elims, that's not bad at all, right, Levin?
Yeah, no, it's a decent start. Again, it's, you know, 5 long games. You got to sort of get your momentum going. We've seen teams already in the group stage so far have maybe a bad start or a good start, and then you sort of like go quiet for a couple games, and maybe you win the last game. We have that big final game 5, so there's still a long way to go.
Levin, are you surprised to see Pink's trio not picking up any elims in that first game?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there.
Somewhat, yeah, I guess you could say it's interesting, right? With how these guys play at times, you often see, you know, them sort of fighting in like that Magic Mosses area a lot in the early game, and sometimes you pick up some limbs there. But
this group's really good.
With these guys, like, when you
this is
have
EU, bro. EU groups is way better in general.
You're gonna be above on thresholds without having eliminations, because those two have some of the best aim in Fortnite, right? So they're constantly getting damage all throughout the game with their ARs.
Oh, really? See you. There you go. Thanks, bro.
Maybe, you know, closing out fights. So again, not the best game one for these guys, but you know, when I don't see no elims, I'm not too worried.
But would you not be worried, though, if we got to game 3, say, and they still haven't got any elims? Because, yes, that's going to get you through the mid-game, getting all those tags, but it's not going to get you to the
Thank you, Wally, with the Prime.
Yeah, I mean, this is game 3. 3 games without an elim. That's scary. You know? Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, like, that's, you know what I mean? It's like,
listen, I'm here to ask all the really important questions.
This format fits EU much better than NA.
What?
Yeah.
We don't have to hear any more of them because we're ready to board the battle.
Well, it's because, yeah, NA Central only has, like, NA Central has 3 groups. Every other region has 2. EU's the only team that, EU's the only region that can actually warrant 3 groups.
That would be nice. That would be interesting if they don't. But, I mean, that game was so full of some of our big names. We saw so many of them in that end game there, Taco. And I mean, I think the way that Mrsavage played that sort of low ground was really, really impressive. So not really too concerned about them either.
Just so many teams that essentially got caught in the congested terrain that was involved with the low ground, right? But part of that's also just due to the fact that we saw people being way too polite. This is...
Yo, Empire, thanks 2 off 2, bro. Big names playing in NA today? This is my top 5 on NA. So this is pretty much like the big names.
And with game 2 ready to go.
So we got Acorn's team, Kanata, Reet, Seek, and then I got JoJo in 5th, but...
Lots of friendliness so far at the beginning of the games. I think things are going to start to get a little bit less so as we keep
Dex, later today. Well, I'm going to end stream
this is
before my
Group 3.
tournament.
This is going
it's
to
like
be
way later today.
the chance for a lot of these players, for every single one of these players, to qualify through to the Major 2 finals. The last chance qualifier being
Thank you, Normal, with the Prime. Thank you, dude.
Not a lobby that you want to find yourself in. So picking up a victory royale today, picking up a top 5 in consistency, going to be oh so important for our teams. And we haven't necessarily seen any.
Do you think NAC should be 2 groups as well?
So far,
maybe, yeah.
You could say. So we'll have to see if today could provide one of those. But from the way that our top teams played that first game, I don't think it's going to happen today.
Just waiting to see whether or not Genesis.
I did it, Oro. I did it. That's awesome, though.
Aggressive early on against the likes of Ziandi, Finchek, and Ju. Love the fact that we did see intentions, though, of a little bit of that high ground play.
Get
a little bit of an attempt to overtake coming out of
get clapped.
Finchek and Ju. Fortunately, didn't pan out the way that they would have hoped, but yeah, as far as right now is concerned,
oh my god. Oh, we are scrapping. Holy shit, we're scrapping.
Like kind, just immediately breaking through.
Dude, these kind of spawn fights, like, there's got to be just no coordination, right?
Trying to see if he can escape, but Kind switches his direction.
Dude, the 3-on-3 just grab one gun and run at each other is like, got to be just the biggest RNG spawn fights.
Spilling in their favor.
A really interesting place to fight right there, and especially since now Fast Roki Focus and
it's the fields, way it's the rainbow fields, man.
So I don't think the fighting's quite over for these guys yet. This sort of area of the map.
Ooh, Yanis Shxrk actually coming in with a loot disadvantage. How are we more poor than this team?
There's a lot of really quick farmable.
We just six-way split a single house. How are we more poor than them?
But look at that. Focus just leaving his back exposed.
Well, this area of the map is very disastrous right now.
Been a particularly solid start, really, from Shxrk and Janis and Focus. It's not really been the start they would have liked here from this second game. We saw them sort of getting in that geyser and getting away in game one. This game seemingly a little bit different, landing in a different sort of area of this side of the map, and now they're dipping as a duo. This has just not been the ideal start they would have liked.
Just evident that they thought there'd be more opportunity for a clear third party, but that exchange was just so quickly wrapped up in the first place by Kind's trio. There wasn't really any sort of wiggle room for Janis and them to essentially enter the conversation.
There you go. Orion with the Prime.
Frankie, Marco, and Isma. Shout outs to the Bear Army representation, that's for sure. And
the Bear Army.
Inside of the vault right now, taking
Dude, the Bear logo is mad cute.
To offer. Kind of expecting that they'll have to exchange blows soon.
How is Yanis down here now? What is happening?
Janis from the rest of his team is not going to be able to go for backup.
Bro, what is going on for Yanis' team right now?
Knocked and eliminated by Lynx, and now it's only for Shxrk left to tell the tale. Just a rapid collapse here in game two for Janis' trio so far.
I'm not quite sure what they're cooking here.
They just got outdropped for Outlaw, I think.
Trying to find some loot, trying to find some way of escaping.
I think they must have got really badly outdropped. They probably had the wrong drop marker, would be my guess.
I'm guessing they just didn't have a great drop there at Outlaw.
You're right, series, Benny.
Sort of just try and find any way to stay in this game now.
To get outdropped that bad for Outlaw is pretty rough, because you can just swerve to the other building too. So like they must have really messed up their drop mark.
So we'll have to see how those guys can continue this game if they do stay in it. Reason.
Yeah, Yanis is definitely praying that Savage wins so they can then go masked.
20,000 viewers, as Staccato rightly said, and why not put on a show for them? I think that's the right way to go about it. But really impressed with how they claimed that low ground that last game. They really looked like they were very confident, and it wasn't necessarily a loss for them. It was just not quite the win.
Oh, props, turn around.
Oh no.
Back, buddy.
Oh, actually wasn't down too bad. We're alive, we're alive.
For him, it's not an immediate knock, but it might as well be ZAndy fully keying, trying to just tear his way into the box, but surprising shot back. Props gonna be able to fend for his life, and it's gonna be ZAndy actually on the back foot, but he's got Ju right there beside him, now trying to pick up what he'd started.
Nice, Benzie. Thanks, bro.
And his team, the Mini, they have been scrappy from the get-go, and doesn't seem like they're willing to fold here.
Oh, disengaging.
They're gonna opt to actually back off. They did.
Surprised we didn't actually get the kill on the beam there.
Those blows a little bit too steep for either side to want to continue just yet.
Yeah, it's just a lot of fighting, a lot of aggression in that sort of side of the map, and I think it's all sort of come down to the fact that Janis' trio just didn't have the greatest off spawn, so they've had to sort of pick up pieces here, there, and everywhere. That just creates a chain reaction of all these teams trying to third party, and it's lots of teams coming on over to the area, which is not easy for anyone at that current stage. Is now No Rayleigh, Trulex, and Shxrk. They're a team that we sort of associate with maybe Trulex picking up those sort of surge-based strategies. We all know about how he likes to play the game. For Thomas HD, this is something that
Thank you, Wednesday, the on 45. Thank you, bro.
Previously as well, just picking up a lot of tags using
this
white tag? Mythic drum gun. I like the way that they are sort of splitting these bases as well. They're able to get a lot more damage from there. And even this mythic drum gun, I wouldn't say it's necessarily the best weapon from range, but when you got Thomas HD on it, it's a force to be reckoned with that sort of thermal scope on it.
It's more looking at the triangle of doom inside of that surge-based setup. Vacant might meet his own doom if he's not careful. Gonna actually choose to just play the Chug Jug for the time being.
I'm surprised we haven't seen the Hopeful Heights fight at all.
Catch up to where he
even if it's only double or triple cont. Surprised they're not fighting.
Aggressive fight though. They clearly want to take out this trio. That's right in front of them.
Star Wars trailer, I did, bro. I did. It looks
just playing it safe.
Interesting.
They know if they expose themselves for too long, a third party.
I'm glad they're not running FNCS next season. We'll go with that.
But Tech not able to get through.
I don't see it being the most competitive season of all time, but hopefully it's a bit of fun. Nice little like mini break.
The amount of materials being spent already here, though, Minnie. This is one of those fights where it has to find some form of a conclusion.
The fact that they've got like set like weekly updates within a 1 month season, like 4 separate big updates, is pretty cool.
Early, and then focus more so on the rotates. It's just not coming to a close anytime soon here, though.
Yeah, I think we see this a lot, you know, after maybe game 1, but oh no, there you go, as we say it. What do they call it? Commentator's curse? Something along those lines.
Pass the curse.
This team does.
That's what everyone calls it.
Panda and Tay to clutch up. It's these fights that we often see after game number 1's passiveness, to where they think, right, how are we going to find Surge? Let's get inside of these fights, and for Kale, Bacon, and Koita.
Okay, I'm getting bored of these fights. I'm back to yapping about Whale. So did Whale actually win 4 in a row? I didn't want to interrupt when the analysts were doing their full breakdown, because I feel bad doing full yap fest during that fight.
Very well, actually.
Why did Whale say he doesn't have 4 in a row then?
Going to be...
Because Whale said he doesn't, and then Reet said he doesn't. Reet was like, yeah, I ruined it. Whale was like, yeah, I didn't get the 4 in a row. Did Whale get the 4 in a row?
Getting in a bit of a difficult situation, but Bacon clutching up for his team.
Whale Arcarexy, but then how did... I don't think he did. Because why would Whale... Like, I remember we looked at it and there was something. Is it because of All-Stars?
One site to the next, looking to just get whatever damage you can. And...
I just trusted that Epic Whale would know his own record, and Reet would know better than I knew. So I just was like, oh, okay, I just kind of accepted it.
Big trouble here, though, for Yzma, having already been knocked
out.
Lone Wolf Lair.
Fuck, how do I even check this? Events, I guess?
They would have neighbors soon enough. Sadly, Perdovsky, again, much like game 1, they seem to be clear about fighting things out here.
FNCS, here we go. FNCS.
And Feki, he's just
how do I even do this?
To try and get out of this one. Doesn't want to stick around for much longer. Might still be able to play for the reboot.
Let me check. I don't even know how to check this easily, bro. I feel like it's so hard.
Fighting earlier on again, but Stan, the Manners is just looking pretty dire. No materials, no time left in the lobby.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, anyway, here we go. Okay, anyway, so they won.
But,
okay, so he won season 4. Won season 5, season 6, season 7. But this is missing All-Stars, no?
Continue throughout this game.
This is missing All-Stars.
Easy eliminations that can really boost you in terms of the Storm Surge later on.
Or is it because All-Stars wasn't an FNCS?
Less active in those later stages of the games where everything can go wrong at one misplaced build, one misstep. So really nice from that trio. And Pink, Nebs,
All-Stars was after 7.
So we won't be seeing 3 games with that in a limb for them.
They won't be waiting.
They will not be waiting.
So did he have it?
But I mean, this would have some choice words, though, if that were the case.
I think so. I think so. I would be very surprised. But I'm interested to see what these guys can do. I know Pink.
It was called FNCS All-Stars, but it isn't under FNCS tab. Yeah, I think that's... Wait, it doesn't even include that one, though?
It's sort of been the storyline that we've often talked about on the desk.
Yeah, I'm reading this article, but I swear, like, I remember talking to Whale about it. I have to ask him later today. Because I remember Whale told us which tournament it was, and it was like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
The later stages of a season, the
All-Stars at the start of season 7, and he lost that. Okay, it was before Trio season 7. Okay, so All-Stars what rules it? So he didn't win the 4 in a row.
Of Nebs we're gonna get whenever we load up into a new lobby. And
gotcha.
I really want to see them make the major 2 finals.
But PH didn't also didn't win 4 in a row because of All-Stars then. Oh really? So if we're counting All-Stars, I think it's because Fortnite doesn't count All-Stars as an FNCS, right? It's not technically an FNCS win. So technically, Whale does have the 4 in a row the same way PH Zin does, but Poyo's the only one who actually has it.
What's deemed as technically public enemy number
1. Okay. There we go. I knew there was like some nuance to it.
First game performance.
That's right.
Panzer, Upple, Thomas, they look like they're setting up to really just find their rhythm. That's
but I think it's fair to say All-Stars does count then, though, right? Like, surely we as a community can say All-Stars counts. So Poyo's the only one with 4 in a row then?
It's realistically just about making sure that they just find the beats that are going to hit their mark.
Yeah, and I think they're looking much better from what we
I don't know why we wouldn't count
All-Stars.
I know Fortnite has weird distinctions of what is and isn't an FNCS, but surely we count
last season.
All-Stars.
We didn't necessarily see the
oh my god, Poyo the only one.
Thomas, Triff, and Fredoxy, and it was always going in with questions, whereas now they seem to be going into it with a lot more solidity. I know Takata talked about it on the desk, how...
Okay, so PhD's counts as well. His was after All-Stars. Okay, so that's what the stat was. Okay, good. We got there to the bottom of it.
One of them as well, and just seems like there's a little bit more solidity,
that makes sense.
A little bit more assertiveness in their gameplay
cool.
now.
So PhD and Poyo have got it.
More questions last season, so it's not as doubtful that they'll make it through. You're sort of riding on.
Not that I cared as much. I just didn't want to fucking slander Wales history if I was getting it wrong. Because I thought he had 4 in a row, and then he was like, nah, I don't. And I was like, what the fuck?
With that Panzer and Apple. And I mean, for those guys, they've just been on a tear as well. So I think it's going to be a very exciting trio.
What's probably 0.5 in a row?
If and when they do make the Major 2 finals.
I'd say as good as their chance was last season. You know what I mean? Like, no one predicted them to beat Pete last season, so Poyo's team just levels up right before Grands, apparently.
No one's really going to threaten this beeline that they've sort of set themselves on to get into the next zone.
Yeah, you're a good Oro. I just didn't want you guys to think I was just fully ignoring you saying I was wrong. Like,
you was Pink's team necessarily, but you always have to anticipate that there's somebody else after you.
What's up, Hammy? Thanks for the dono on YouTube. Where can I find NA West standings? Fortnite Tracks is your best bet, man.
That the lobby has gotten a little bit more active after everybody kind of tries to settle in.
So
post game 1.
So Vert ruined the fort? No, Vert ruined
Roxy taking advantage of the campfires while they make their way.
Vert won the first
solos.
solos. Was that All Stars?
46 players trying to make their first FNCS finals. That's crazy. That's almost half the lobby. That's,
yeah, Riverside. Yeah, Vert won the first one. Riverside won the second one. Solos, yeah.
Here. So,
but that whole era of FNCS is so confusing. Because there was so fucking many. Like there was multiple seasons with double FNCSs, dude. That was like, damn.
It's really impressive to see them sort of step up to this.
Make sure you get Pete to win in Pro-Am, so he gets 4 in a row. Okay, we're not counting fucking Pro-Ams in FNCS.
Actually make their way into the finals. Invaluable experience from a lot of those players.
I'm trying my best, man, but there's some good ass teams in Pro-Am, dude. It's going to be tough. Beating teams like Clicks and Lacey is going to be extremely tough, dude.
In this lobby,
Pete's gonna have to put on a generational performance. I'm there for it, bro. If Pete does it, I'm fucking there for it. But let's be real, I'm not the one who's gonna have the biggest impact. I'm just gonna do my best not to sell. Everything else is in Pete's hands.
All so in sync, despite the fact, as Levin mentioned, they haven't necessarily.
Pro-Am counts. Pro-Am does not fucking count.
Cohesiveness, togetherness, the understanding as to how they're necessarily gonna play.
No one is counting Pro-Am as an FNCS win. At least I fucking hope not.
Almost fills into their own roles as things
Pro-Am is half a Grand Lobby, surely it counts. Bro, in what fucking universe?
Hadn't had that experience in these
what?
So almost no doubt that they'll make their way through, just thinking about the names and the caliber of player that they are.
And why is that?
For sure.
Because it's fucking Pro-Am, because I'm playing, motherfucker. What do you mean? What do you mean, why? So if somehow Pete pulls up a generational performance, carries my ass, I'm going to be an FNCS winner. Like, what are we smoking?
Out of a forced kind of scenario here.
It's not even Battle Royale, man. On so many levels, is it just not FNCS?
And sure enough, shortly after, his teammate's going to fall right next to him. A big couple of pickups here. They're going to need as much as they can get when they continue to kind of pave their way forward in this match. A little bit of a look back, though, in terms of what was happening with Pansy.
You can count the Pro-Am as an FNCS if you want, but I think collectively the community, for the sake of these conversations, definitely shouldn't. Thank you, Puck, with the Prime of 19, especially because the teams just aren't balanced either. Like,
don't like to see this, though. Thomas and Panzer, when they found that initial elimination onto Fakey, you would never expect that they would kind of be in a little bit more of the chalk scenario that we see them in right now. Marco, on the other hand, not exactly the healthiest, but it's just the fact that they've lost Uppel in the first place. The fact that something could go so wrong for them at this stage.
Only counted if you win.
Marco
No, that's...
just executed that
if I win, it should count even less, because it shows that, like, one player could basically win it.
But they're going to have to backtrack here, Minnie. They've got to make sure that they bring Uppel back into this one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to set them back a couple of paces here in this game. They're going to be chasing, not just literally in terms of Storm, but also that the damage that they're going to have to now lose from rebooting Uppel. So
still 71 alive.
Questions to be answered from that trio. And again, we see a position for the island to be close here, and for Guden.
We count Ron's squad FNCS, so why not?
Taking control of that position. It often seems to be the case when the first team is up here. They sort of are the ones that continue to stay up. There's no other real contestation like we've seen previously.
Because it just was an FNCS. What do you mean?
So valuable for players that want to get that damage done from all the way up above there. And team that need to get the damage done. They were a trio that had an interesting start to the game. 400 below for Janice, Fast, Roki, and Focus. The fact that they have loot is surprising to me, but look at the shooting. Look what's just happened.
Doing? What's happening?
The explosion of the truck is going to send the deal.
Looking like a TikTok comment section out here, chat. Shape up.
This fight is now starting to get a little bit more active as Focus, Janice, and Fast, Roki come involved and get involved in this fight, in a much-needed fight for them as well. 250 damage below, but they're getting involved. Mrsavage trying to do everything he can to
get him
escape.
Focus, bro. Oh, no, Savage. Fuck Focus. Ah, shit. I didn't realize it was Savage. My bad.
Another angle as well. the deal that goes down as well. It's only reason the final piece of the puzzle to take out and a really, really
it's the whole trio.
Storm Surge fight. You can see how dire of a situation.
Yo, doing that shit on 60 ping is crazy.
460 below. Now they're 200 above.
They can't afford to let off the gas anytime soon, though. While it was a big resurgence for them finding that trio elimination onto Savage's team, they've got to worry about Velry rolling up right
What's
behind
going on,
them.
man? We're all scrapping it in Storm.
To get their surge damage up above the threshold needed. They're falling so rapidly below. Fortunately for Shxrk's team, they've got a little bit of indirect help from the distance. Teams kind of spraying in to where this box fight is taking place, and Velry now looking for an upward scramble up and over.
Yeah, it's a rough game too for Savage after a really good game one. That's actually brutal.
Make sure that Yannis doesn't get isolated in the process here. They use up the remaining splashes to get Yannis back to full HP.
Well, Panzer just goes down as well. 2 Panzer. What is happening?
Henry's team, and so sure enough, the moment that they see Focus on the go, they want to try and close in on him. They're trying to lock this down. They need the elimination.
Oh, Focus.
Immediately fired upon. Just took 1 second.
You can tell he's a high ping player as well. Didn't even attend, bro. Shotgun out, man. Just stand there and wait.
And Focus,
the best you can do.
Advantage of it. Now can continue to move.
Yeah, I think he's more like 50 ping than 60 ping, but yeah, it's still very high ping compared to the average ping in this lobby.
The recovery is incredible.
Those fights, they can really turn your game around. And the
yeah, these are not the greatest zones for Savage so far.
Just speaks volumes about what to expect from this trio. I said at the beginning what was going on technically with what they were trying to do, and unfortunately,
Focus from Greece.
Looking so good, but now it's looking even better. What's not looking great here though for Thomas, Uppel, and Panzer. We spoke about it earlier on, the fact that they're going to need.
He's from Israel.
To sort of catch up with this lobby now. They're almost late to the party as Panzer now down and out. Was it worth
Greece is a decent guess though. For being on 50 ping.
Earlier. Now they're looking at a pretty difficult situation as well, as Thomas and Uppel just haven't got that white HP. The gas station's going to explode as well, so they have to try and create a little bit of space before they get caught in that whole problem as well.
Ooh, Thomas, not looking too hot.
Still getting looked at from so many people as well. He's going to get this shield off, but he's only going to get to 51 effective HP because they got no Weiss.
Everybody knows that that duo is in trouble. Thomas and Uppel are gonna have to
Wheat's looking pretty good though. Wheat Ilusha getting his own looks pretty good.
Looking to survive, and it's time that they wish they could be spending, looking for a more consistent refresh. Instead, they're just not healthy enough. They have to hope that Shxrk makes the first move essentially, because solo would be their best opportunity to try and bring this one back. Getting the siphon on top of just a little bit of additional materials and whatnot could go a long way for Thomas and Uppel, but I fear playing from this back of zone, they're just going to get too caught up in the action. The lobby focus might just overwhelm them. Wheat, Lucia, and Mrsavage just keeping tabs on where Trulex's team is at for the time being. You can tell that they want to try and maybe push forward here, but they're also based in a relatively safe position here. The problem, though, Mini, is seeing that damage threshold tick, and it's working against them. If they just turn around, though, they might find prime opportunities.
I want to see what happened here with Janice and Focus. Yeah, just the storm. Just the storm.
Just the storm.
Really
just the storm.
Seems like whenever we talk good about them, they don't do as great, and then whenever things weren't going well for them, they could flick the switch. So important moments there for Shxrk.
Still sick, feel better? It's definitely still sick, man, but it's not as sick. It's just a really bad case of RSV, man, so I was just going to linger for a couple weeks, my doctor said, unfortunately.
It's not quite going to stop them from getting this focus on, as every single other team now seemingly looking into this area too. Shxrk also inside of a bit of a fight right now. That's Uppel. So now it's all up to Thomas, and Thomas goes down as well. It's all over for that trio in this game. A couple of our big names are out, and there's another one. Clement going down. It's all up to Vox and Shxrk, who is still just in a complete madness, a complete frenzy right now inside of these boxes. Shxrk gets cracked. It's only going to encourage even more fire from multiple angles. But for Wheat, Lucia, and Mrsavage, this is a huge pickup, a huge refresh, and a huge amount of damage for them as well in this situation.
Paranoia has to be building currently for a lot of these teams, because you can just hear the shots being fired off every which way. Pix, Dark Demons.
Nice. This could be it for Pix.
Trouble, but this is a little bit of relief here. Darkies having been eliminated.
I think Damon's team's actually really good. Yeah. I mean, they just are good, man. It's only about thinking it. They're just objectively, statistically great.
Largely due to that backwoods black market, but Demus, Darm, Pix.
Ooh, Two's on the high grounds.
Waiting. They've created so much space, though, by taking out the teams closest to them.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Unfortunate for Shxrk. They just got caught in that fight.
Oh, Pink. Is Pink looking healthy? Oh, there's Kira. Nice. I was like, where's Kira?
Well, he was stood stagnant.
Oh, Lucia looking very healthy.
Not ideal for them, but for Lucia, Wheat, and the Freezy, these guys are looking in a much healthier state. All three of them still alive. Only one elimination, but it's all they need for now. The loot's looking great. They've got that exotic Chug Jug, which can just give you so much flexibility in endgame. The Freezy spot's an opening, but only going to connect with one shot. There's so many players now on this sort of west side of the zone. Still nobody on height necessarily to worry about. As I say that, Strapped, Hellfire, and Trippin are trying to poise for that position. It's all about where this next zone pulls. They'll be hoping that it pulls
Pink
back to
con?
them.
No. Akira won game 1 as well, but
Pink
was uncon game 1 too.
For them because they just run out of steam. Oh, this team going to be different.
Savage dead, yeah, went down to focus.
Deal with the likes of Mrsavage first. Tripper and just gonna make the jump, go in for the all-out assault here. Just boxing a little bit higher up from where Mrsavage's team is at. Wants to get that connection if possible, but Tripper definitely wary of those teams in the lower layers. They are just so elevated in comparison to the rest of this lobby, though, Mini. It's all about control at this point. They just need to make sure that they're putting down the necessary suppressive fire. Tripper even making sure to continue building a little bit further ahead, but the zone pool is going to keep them on the move here as other teams continue to get caught up in the mix. Shxrk, Trulex, Noah Riley.
Bro, they're using the snipers, man, the shotgun snipers.
They've got
This thing hits for over 100 from this range, by the way.
That Moneymaker's in. Clay's also trying to see if he can just break through, but another knock just kind of meeting the board of eliminations here, and Trulex, steady mind as ever, just trying to lead his team to victory.
Lucia not looking in quite as nice of a situation as the free does go down.
Oh, the Frizzy's down though.
So going to be picked up here.
I don't know who's going to win this.
Going to keep them going for now.
Dom, maybe?
Now the trio turns.
I don't think which is the healthiest best trio in here right now.
Lucia and Wheat, they're going to try and use these Chug Jugs. Hope that the zone pulls back, which it does. So
Tripper, no, come on, Trip.
Box, which is really nice for them. Really
good. Peaks down with Damus. Backside of zone.
On the low ground, even for height, they can just run over their own builds. Going to save them so much materials. And for Nevs, Kiro, Pink, we get to see them in the end game here.
Yeah, Pink's looking pretty healthy, maybe.
See what they can do.
39 builds though, but this deep in the end game is not terrible.
They're trying to make sure that they clear out some of the teams that are on the same layer as them. Z, Andy in their sights. All three members from Peak's trio just making sure it stays as close to it as possible. And the pre-edit play works in their favor. They knew Andy essentially had nowhere left to run. Ju, another one that's going to meet his demise here to Pink's team. And Nav's just continuing to find the tags necessary. A lot of opening shots here. We were talking about that zone pull.
No, I think it was a 0-point game for Savage, unfortunately, Chad. I'm not sure. I'll have to check, but
benefit to Tripper's team and how many builds they've committed to the high ground.
Yeah, they can just walk right back over what they've been able to build already. Keeping on that suppressive fire as well. They're just getting rid of that.
Oh, picked up with Damus. They're fighting Noah.
High ground. Now it's completely swatted away.
Oh, Trulex gets hit hard though.
Focus their attempts on low ground. There's no Rayleigh and Shxrk need to try and pick up the pieces of their trio with Trulex down. Not quite together yet, but they're back now as a duo. The problem is right now they need a refresh. They need those materials. Shxrk has only got 10 bills. No Rayleigh with nothing on him. So they're just sneaking around. They're trying to look for something, anything to work. A little drop down, a potential spray down.
Yeah, how long has Moneymaker been a solo for? He just got a kill. How long has Money been solo for? He got another kill. Holy fuck.
Right back inside the box, hits another shot to Kami.
Oh my god.
He gets eliminated in the back, and so does
I feel like Moneymaker's been solo since like 4th zone.
And now it's all up to Nebs.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
To just get a couple more placements. Demas, Darman, Picks though, relatively healthy here in the low ground where they play best. Demas just waiting to see if there's any sort of openings, any sort of teams left to clear out.
Oh, this could be it for the polls.
But I'm thinking about the high ground, thinking about Tripper and
Oh, Tripper's not looking as healthy as Picked Up and Damus. They're running out of mats too.
Create a little bit of disruption here inside of those lower layers, but Demas, Darman, Picks, they might just do the heavy lifting.
Money took down Shxrk too, bro. I don't even know how Money's done this, man. This is actually one of the craziest solo clutches.
They need to find another refresh, but with so few players remaining,
I think it was a top 5 or a top 6. And he's been alive solo since like 3rd zone.
If they want any chance of surviving,
what a demon, bro.
Demas all the way on the low ground doing exactly what they do.
Oh, it's going to be a 3v3 low versus high, I think, here.
Lucia and we are the only other team left inside of this lobby. Down to
Both teams pretty healthy, though. Good meds, anyway. Dom's team has the mat advantage. Are they going to play heal off? Are we going to get our first heal off in groups? Oh, it's definitely going to be a heal off here. Maybe not. What the fuck?
Hellfire needs to try and find a shot as well. All of that high ground.
Hellfire. Oh, just gets him put down. Tripper's got the meds. No, wait, Tripper steals the meds. Tripper, run, Trip, pop the splash. No, he couldn't get the splash off. Hey, picks Dom and Davis, though. That's a good-ass team to finals.
The victory.
You don't need consistency when you're able to just create your own success here. Pix, Darm, and Dimas just absolutely brawling it out inside of that low ground territory mini.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I have to watch it back to say whether it's a trip sell there. I mean, like, I guess he could have blocked his back off and popped the splashes earlier and stuff, but it's kind of tough, man. Yeah, try and create some space. Oh, they can pick chat. You guys want some V-Bucks? Start doing picks and chat. Do it 1x though, just PIX. Nice and easy. Let's see. Let's watch it with Davis's POV.
This isn't a team that looks like they're in, kind of that rookie season sort of territory.
It's got the ciphers, so Davis has the time to be able to take the shots.
And with the way that they played that low ground, they played like FNC as veterans.
Yeah, but there was another play. Dom was still back there as well, playing the heal off though, but yeah.
The eliminations, the shots, the control that they had in that final fight, so important and so impactful for them to see themselves into the Major 2 finals. I'm sure the dev's going to be very excited about that. Frankie, what do you got?
My first of the 5. Now what I called.
You were absolutely accurate on that one, Mini Miner, because the guys were saying, we were watching in the green room, and 1 second you see Dimas, Darnum, and Pix with no eliminations. You cut back to them
space, do you have to lot?
Suddenly 6 eliminations.
You guys team tomorrow hands.
Well.
Actually, I'll take the subs to the break. Actually, to me, Pug, Kobe, Marsh, Pixel, Bogies, Midge, Brady, Wency, Ceres, Iron. Dude, a D1 fanboy Levin. Levin's like, we're a D1 fanboy. I think that's usually how that expression's used. Alright, 10 more seconds chat. We'll call the picks giveaway.
And even though the odds might not be in their favor, they still find a way
to
make it out alive.
There's no way he just lived that with 1 HP. That is ridiculous. Oh my goodness. I mean, they really turned this game.
We'll call it there, chat. Thank you.
Already a team that you would have expected to make it deep into this game, but that fight there, where they just take down 6
How do you survive?
players
No clue.
in a matter of moments, really just secured the win for them, because from that point onwards they had nothing else to worry about in this game other than good positioning, and they know how to do that better than anybody else in this lobby. They stayed frontside low for a lot of this end game, and yes, towards the end, right, the Danish boys gave them, sort of a tough task, but it was never going to be enough. Dimas, Diamond picks, well played. It's funny because obviously the last season, right, their group's performance, they sort of like
Giannis Twitter post. I'll look at the break once they're done doing
games.
the death segment.
Game 2, let's get it done, let's secure our spot and chill for the rest of the weekend.
That's all she wrote. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking about our other trios from game number 2.
All right. Was it Giannis you said? Giannis's Twitter? It's the fact that Giannis is going pump power now. Pump power rest of Heat 3, coached by Damus. Ooh. Yeah, chat, when you guys are referencing tweets, though, just link them. Because I don't even know what R10's Twitter is. I look up R10, nothing comes up because the search engine on this shitty-ass platform is terrible. There it is. Thank you, bro. So this is game 1 win, yeah.
C'est un fio. Y'a un solo, tout le monde, y'a un solo.
C'est du 3v3v1.
Oh, there we go.
Nice, 3v3.
3v3.
Allez.
Ça,
nice. Ouais, trop bien. Allez,
Jolie,
2v1. Allez, Oryx.
56.
Oh les gars! Oh là là! Oh mon dieu les gars! Première game! Oh là là!
There it is. There it is.
Dieu!
I was like, bro, if I get all this yelling and I don't get a single oh la la, I'm gonna be depressed. There it is. Thank God. I thought it wasn't a French team for a second. I was like, bro, what are all these other words I'm hearing? Oh la la, right at the very end. Loving the passion though. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Oh, one of them said at the start today. I didn't hear. There was so many French words, bro. I'm like, I have no idea what these are. But yeah, so what happened to Savage Tab? People saying like he took a card or something. Did they try a card rotate? Just didn't work. They didn't know the car explodes in comp. Oh, that sucks.
Guys, I've got really bad news. Team of Starman Picks just got a victory royale, which means we don't get to see them playing until next weekend, and I'm absolutely devastated. I love the disruption that this trio brings to the lobby, but that means I'm also delighted that we will see them as in contention for the Blade of Champions. Stop it, Levin, next weekend. Sorry, every time I speak, I see Levin make a face. I'm just like, have I done good? Have I done good, Mr. Levin, sir? Have I done good? And you know what? Let's talk about who did do good in game number 2. Because it was such a closely run thing in that final end game, and I was so excited to see Lucia and Wheat in the lower ground as a duo. They were picking up eliminations, even though they
Grands next weekend. It is. It sounds crazy. You're saying next weekend, but that is Grands. It's wild. The FNCS format is so weird. It feels like it's so short but long, but then there's a break, but then it's like everything's happening.
They've been around for so long. They're part of the furniture of EU compared to Fortnite at this point now. And it's funny that they actually sort of have been the most consistent team on the day. And Demon Storm and Picks, you know, in a lot of the Div Week finals that I've watched where they've had some struggles to Carter, a lot of the time it's actually been this team that's been their kryptonite, right?
Ooh.
Because these guys are obviously at Magic Mosses, and there's been a lot of instances I've watched where it's been this team versus Demus' team fighting in Magic Mosses, and this team's actually come out on top, right? So it's good to see both of them being able to thrive in the same lobby at the same time. In the case of Lusher and Wheat, though, Wheat in particular is a really interesting player to me because I remember the first time I ever heard
The
about
baseball bat being charged up. I can't even run with the baseball bat fully charged. That's still crazy to me.
The CIS region. And even though he never maybe got to
Oh, here we go. Sorry, Tad, I didn't check the leaderboard in between. Okay, so we got Pix and Akira winning game 1 and 2. Our top 5 without a win. We have Wheat, Vox, Shxrk. I don't think my fucking what. And then we have Perovsky and then Savage. What the fuck, dude? What? That is an unexpected top 5 so far. 2 of the teams in there I expected, but the other 3 very much not.
Of them, they basically held the whole end game.
Interesting.
Maybe they got some luck with zones, if you want to talk about that level.
We might have some big teams missing out in Grands at this point, man. There's some big teams in this group who are just not in it right now.
Setting me up there. I think the big thing of Strapped, Trippin, and Hellfire is, yes, it was a very different game. Because if you watch game 1, the high ground takes were just insane. Like, so much change, so much chaos. Every time you looked, there was a different team up there. This game, they held it. But they also invested a lot in it to start off with, right? You know, they were sort of gambling on zone, pulling towards them. They invested a lot to the point where even if it hadn't pulled, you know, they were going to be fine. But then the actual pullbacks in the moving zones were just so
format better than the previous ones? There's pros and cons.
Of Doom. And it's sort of just
Red Sklam, more like
Shalom.
Shalom?
Great game 2 for them.
Shalom.
Going into this season, I was a bit gutted when I saw that Chicho and Trilexers split up, but actually it's really exciting now to see that Trilexers pick the right trio partners, I should say, as we head into this season, because Nota and Shxrk, it feels like there's a good chemistry there.
Getting better.
Saw them
He's getting better, man. Day by day.
Round, but they were dealing with the pressure pretty well, Evan.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, if I have the time to speak about this here, I was actually a bit frustrated seeing almost like the struggles Trulex had at times to get teammates. Because it's like, what more could you ask for in an IGL?
As he gets shit on.
Curse!
Oh my god, Curse! I get to do a chat. Curse!
He's going to get into end games consistently. You know, on LAN, he's going to show
That is quite fun, actually.
in most of the world. Like, it was just really confusing to me that you sort of struggled there. But happy that he's able to pick up Shxrk and Noah, Noah's had like a revival of his career, right? I think we all remember back in the days of Chapter 2 when he was obviously the top dog, but he's returning back to great form. And I'm really excited about this trio moving forward, to be honest with you.
Can we see the leaderboard? Because I do want to just have a quick check-in with the elimination numbers for Nebs, Kira, and Pink. Because
yeah, now you're a good papa. It's one of those ones where it's, yeah, it's just, I'm sick of answering and I don't actually even really know the answer, so I just got sick of being asked it.
There were definitely eliminations in that last game. They're now sitting in 11, just outside the top 10. 6 eliminations in that game alone. So you know what? These guys, they're on the up.
Hey, you found you the 2-0 dono, bro. Savage made grands yet? Not yet, man. Not yet. Second place game 1, but then a 0-point game 2, unfortunately.
But I don't think so. We'll see how it continues.
We will. Let's keep our fingers crossed. More eliminations for everyone in the lobby as we head back to Taco and Miniminer.
Thank you, Matthew, the Prime 15.
Eliminations are always a big part of the winning strategy, but sometimes it just comes down to the overall positioning, right?
So he's doing well overall. He's up there in the consistency right now, which is good, but yeah, not in grands yet, man.
Chasing that same level of success, and now without Pigstorm and Demas in the lobby,
how is this possible?
We'll get a chance to see who's going to be joining them next on that Major 2 Finals battle bus.
What's up, David? He fudge shot with the Prime for 11.
Big questions about who's going to land where as well. Pump Power being a drop spot that could potentially.
Thank you, Brandon, with the Prime.
New talent, some new trios after Pigstorm and Demas did make their way through. And yeah, as you mentioned, I'm sure Trippin and that trio won't be too disappointed with it. Solid performance from them, second place, even just in this sort of lobby. If you can claim height at that stage and get those pullbacks and just guarantee placements, that's gonna be great for them. And this is an area that we saw a bit of a
Savage has chokehold the vibes. It's Savage, bro. Savage and Mongrel combined have just very much carried the content of EU for quite a while.
To get a few bits of tags on already, drops on through and picks up Julius, which is really nicely done. Or Astral, nicely done from them. As already getting this fight out to a great start.
So is this still bit farm room here as good as the one that's over near the train? They seem pretty similar. I guess it's just because the train's just such a good spot to rotate to. Oh, sorry, Cam's still.
Instead, looks to back up his teammates who needed the reinforcements much sooner. Granted, it hasn't gotten them out of the woods just yet. Kind, Nyx, and
yeah, Rizetti, what's up, homie? It's the tenor, man.
Or some additional company here,
thank you, dude.
When that trio
483 now, dude. Almost 500 gifted. Thank you, Rizetti. Appreciate you, dude.
Ricky, Nefario, and
94 today now. Thanks, man.
Have decided to try and take
what time is your 20 Australian time? 4 p.m. Sydney time, man. So it'll be in. What is that? 13 and a half hours.
Make an absolutely insane comeback, and while they did go down to the storm eventually, Mini, it's just the fact that they were able to put themselves in that position to begin with.
Yeah, they had a really nice comeback. I mean, their off spawn last game was just a little bit confusing.
What's your Tony? I'm running a $15,000 squad reload tournament, sponsored by Epic, so that's later today.
Managed to pick up the pieces and then unfortunately went down to the storm. But for now, it's already a bit of a difficult time off spawn as Janice has just decided to dip on out. He's running to another team though. As you can see now, he's going to get this fight going. Gobor on the other side of the wall. Janus hits a huge shot.
Oh, it's a rough day for Janus, man.
Gobor had the health advantage. So
how many teams are pump power? Did we get Conda pumped and pushed off that quickly?
Off spawn here. It's not. They just haven't been able to find their feet, Taco. It seems like they've been able to, you know, have these positions and be in solid situations and maybe have some good strategies off spawn, but nothing's been able to be put in place yet. And it just seems like they're
my tournament's invite only.
Pick up.
Any of the Power Boys playing a tournament? Yeah, Volks and Alex.
Something to stick, but that method just has not been able.
Volks is playing with Oatly.
It's definitely just looking like.
And then Alex was the captain, so he got to pick his teammates.
That's even if they're able to go for another reboot opportunity. Other teams though looking to play.
Do you mean tonight, Terok? Like my tournament, Terok? You're playing, right, bro?
Clement nearly losing it all. Fortunately for him, he's got his teammate right next to him. And Splix will be able to capitalize on that engagement.
Yeah, I'll be watching it, bro. 100%, dude. They gave me spec client for it. Dude, it's my first time using live spec client. I'm fucking gassed. You're playing with Gazer, Vase, and Aspect. Ooh, it's a good ass squad, bro. I'm excited, man. I'm like, there's so many new names in OC that I haven't really watched before, like yourself included. I'm genuinely excited to watch it. I hope it works well in squads. I had to pick the game mode and the format before even seeing the meta in the season, but I think it should be fun.
Andy trying to find as many angles as possible.
I think Fazil, the tier 1.
Just trying to play outside of the box. Another third party, I think, looking in from the other side as well. Ju getting involved as well. You can see them blocking off their angles really well. Just ensuring that this fight isn't going to end quickly from another angle. That's what's going to be most important for them. There's the Andy. Ju, and Co and Fincheck there. They're really just taking this slowly. They know the stakes on the line here.
Hey, Mace. What's up, homie?
Not a team that can afford to go down here. They need to make the most of all their games. Just sat in 8th on the leaderboard. So important.
It's just crazy how long.
This is the final group until last chance for EU. Yeah, and then we have NA later today too. Yeah.
It looked like that was the green light, losing his shields. Instead, gonna be able to bring his shields back up. Kind, Props, and Nyx, that they know.
Yeah, QQ with the tier 1.
Are incredibly low. No more white heals remain in comparison. Zandy, Ju, Fincheck, they've still got a decent amount to work with here. And Zandy now just crouching around, maintaining the same line of sight. He's going to leave it up to Ju and Fincheck to potentially try and apply pressure from elsewhere. But it seems as though they know they've kind of overstayed their welcome. They don't want to get caught up by any third party, so they'll leave for the time being. Wouldn't be surprised, though, to see them kind of circle back around.
Yeah, big game needed here as well for Mr. Savage's trio. They're also inside of that top 5.
Oh, staying live, Ryzetti, all day? No, so I'll be live between now and NA. And then I'll end for about 4 hours for my tournament because I'd like to get a nap in, ideally before that. Streaming from 1 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. at night.
A difficulty for teams when you are looking
not really super ideal, especially when still recovering. Oh, Money's taking a fight. Bro, Money played so well last game, dude.
Down in that fight, and who isn't backing down right now? It's Moneymaker for 9 and Faded. Moneymaker with a really nice little solo clutch in that last game to keep these guys in contention as well, up that sort of top end of the leaderboard. And this is a trio that I do think can pick up a win today. They just need to have all the right things happen for them off spawn. The early game, the mid game just needs to go their way, and they're trying to get aggressive here early on, get that damage done as soon as possible, just to open them up, open up the floodgates, if you like, for that end game prowess to come through, as they're 3 very talented players, and we know all about
Are you creating with the Prime?
Moneymaker can be in particular when it comes to those clutches. So I want to see more from them, though.
They're just doing what they can to defend.
No, Damon. I'm not answering you, bro.
More than anything else, Kind, Props, and Nyx. They had to go all the way out into the abyss, though, of Shogun Solitude. And as a result, they will find what looks to be just a solo player, Mydro. That's a quick
Mackenzie, the Prime?
to claim.
Is it Faded Pigeon? Yeah, Faded is Faded Pigeon, yeah.
All the way towards the body loot just to see if there's anything worth grabbing. Still, they are so far and away from a lot of the action here, Mini, and it's just the results of that early exchange, not being able to find the closure
Shxrk
they were
and
hoping
beamed
for.
against Savage. That's good surge for Savage then.
They've also got to be a little bit wary here, a little bit cautious. Surge base yet again at the Rolling Blossoms farm area, and just kind of taking in the views, hoping that they can apply a little bit of surge damage. It's certainly something.
He's 2 on 14. I mean, I don't know, Gloom, not that I can see, man.
Struggles with throughout the first 2 lobbies.
Savage win this game, hopefully. It's a good zone. The first 2 zones were terrible for Savage. This is a good zone. Let's see if we can take advantage of it.
A really strong shot calling mind about him, but it's really tough to just outright go for that fight.
Replay here of what happened with Neb's hero Pink.
Oh, through the trees. He's cheating
from Nebs to take down Focus. So that's the last
Come on,
piece
Pink.
of the
Come on,
Janice
Pink.
trio puzzle that has just been really tumultuous for them, really tough for them just to find their footing on or at the beginning of the game. And unfortunately for them, now their off-spawn situation at Pump Power is going to be a little bit different because the other team's just going to have that confidence now going into that drop spot off spawn.
I
want to see more from Pink's trio, though, despite having a better game last time. I want to see more from them when it gets to those later stages.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, Billow. I'm interested to see Like, I kind of got to imagine, like, a lot of these guys have to be full just sniffing the pixels, right? Like,
I think this is an area that I certainly expected a lot of.
How do they see the players they're shooting at half the time? I've got a 24-inch 240 hertz monitor. I can't imagine many of these guys are on too much bigger than 24 inches, and I swear they just can't. Like, I don't know how the fuck they see anyone. They're shooting like literal pixels half the time. I think it's also more prediction than anything as well. Halftime when it's like on surge base, you're just kind of predicting when they're going to step up.
This is just how these fights go. I think there's another sort of team rotating on through as well, so they've got to be extra careful. See those arrows in the bottom right.
A lot of these 27-inch, yeah. But I feel like that wouldn't even be like that much. Like, it's like 50 inches. You know what I mean?
And that trio, they're just sneaking up, trying to find a.
Wait, don't I have? No, I do have a 20. Wait, is mine? Wait, mine's 27. Is it because X27U? Yeah, never mind. Mine is a 27-inch monitor. I sit reasonably far from my monitor though, compared to a lot of the pros.
Party involved with this exchange here at the Magic Moss's black market, but they've already invested so much time. And this is kind of the dominoes effect.
Yeah, a lot of them. That's why people have been asking for us to make the deeper mouse pad, which we are. So I didn't realize how far they sit forward, like, and have their arm really far up.
From that Magic Moss's black market, but they knew that they were going to have to look for a fight. It was never going to be a clean sweep by any means.
Go practice, goes pro. I can't change how I sit like that, man. I sit quite reclined, unfortunately.
To finding some eliminations there. Clement, Vox, and Splix, though, just one more time, running it down from Shiny Shafts. And those early eliminations, definitely helping them to stick around a little bit longer, try and play for a little bit more of that dead side rotate.
I think we're on 20. I think we're on 24-inch monitors at Pro Am actually.
With the
I'm not sure.
The kneecap of baseball bat there,
but no. The best of us.
Yeah, it does. It does. We have seen it plenty of times. But we didn't, which is good.
Especially if your bat breaks in midair.
That does also, yeah, that would happen to.
They announced it somewhere, but I can't know where it is.
An absolute disaster.
Probably in like
so many surge bases.
Yeah, it's probably in like one of the pages they sent us. They sent us so many documents.
There's a new POI maybe. It's just 3 different teams that are.
Hey, Whale with the Prime?
Way up here, built up. I know I saw Mrsavage in one earlier. We saw, of course, Trulex in one as well. Now Thomas H.
PCs? Nah, they're providing all the PCs, man. They're actually pretty decent too.
Of course, you just get that addition of the.
They told us the specs. They're actually like pretty solid. They're not like the best of the best, but they're definitely nice. I think it's like 4080s and like.
That you can't get with any other weapon in the game right now. So he's got that advantage over the rest of the lobby. Pretty good from close range as well. That drum gun. So. Not a bad
I looked at it, I was like, yeah, sweet.
To use for him.
Some of the pros might be like, oh my god, it's not tweaked out the ass with custom operating system. But I looked at it, was like, that's pretty nice actually.
I thought they took hype really well. They were very commanding. It just obviously didn't work out for them in the end. They couldn't quite close out those final few limbs, but really promising.
And don't get me wrong, sometimes this
is God with the Prime for 7.
When it comes to the way that those moving zones pool, that was certainly something that Tripper and his team made sure to take advantage of, but a third party could be in the back of their mind currently. Certainly, they've got to be able to hear a lot of the commotion that's taking place between Gobo, Roxy.
It's a very passive group, hey. Like, I'm sitting here being like, fuck, man, I shouldn't be yapping this much when there's a game going on. But it's like a really passive group. Because it's 76 alive.
They have just stuck around for so long. And it doesn't really look like either side has fully benefited from it either. I think that they're kind of just holding each other at a standstill.
Yeah, with so many whites in the game as well, they can afford to do that, and both teams know that. It's almost a skill gap in itself, is knowing when to go in for those fights, when to stick around.
It's almost too passive,
to disengage, and just evaluating, sort of weighing up. What are we going to gain from staying here if we are to be successful, and what are we to lose?
Or Toos in the truck.
Doesn't go our way, and I think that's what they realized.
Right there. Happy Easter, bro.
They thought, right, if we're going to stick around here for too much longer, we're going to miss out on a lot of damage throughout the rest of this game for what maybe some splash.
What made you choose squad reloads for your Tommy, if you don't me asking?
You can see they had a lot of grey weapons in their inventory, lots of grey all over, which is not what they want. But
so Epic was like, yo, it's going to be an OC tournament. Now it's instantly was like, okay, how do I run this without cheaters? And I thought if I make it duos, which means we invite 20 captains, there is a much higher chance that one of those captains just tries to play with a cheater. And I thought if I made it squads, it's a lot easier to find 10 reputable players who I can trust not to invite a cheater. But also, I think squads would be fun, just because it's kind of like, you know, there's a lot of duo reload tournaments now in the game, so it's nice to try something a bit different, you know? Why do we turn off that?
Fighting for their lives against Ricky and Azardo, but Carmi, he's just got to play backup right now for Toos. not only that, but the fire.
Thank you, bro, with the prime for 3. Thank you, dude.
With the numbers advantage, they're going to just try and take out the first person that they can come across, and Juice is going to be on the other end of it, right next to his teammate Carmi, Ricky, Zarda, and Nefaria.
Nah, no creators wanted to play, man. We invited Lachlan and Lufu and stuff if they wanted to get some practice in for the Pro-Am, just try and play some competitive reload, but it's like 10 squads of pros, so I think like I gave them a spot to be like the like one of the teams if they wanted to like invite 2 pros or play separately, like, but they were like, nah, we'd rather not, which is fair. It's gonna be a pretty sweaty event, so.
Than they would have without it, so that's really nice from them. But for Lynx and his trio right now, they've got a bit of a problem to deal with Sai and company. It's a problematic position. Because they are on that low ground. They do have an elimination, so they shouldn't be too desperate for the damage. They could just sort of chill here. They don't necessarily need too much unless an opportunity does present itself, and you can always allow that trio to come to you rather than the other way around. Yeah, I think they are just going to make the decision to rotate on out, so good plays from them. But oh, they see
Andy, really Prime.
Nice triple spray right
so I've got per win prize money, and I actually calculated the prize money wrong, bro. I did the math wrong. I had to increase the prize pool today. I did the math and it was only 13k. But the prize split we're going with for tonight is
important for them there.
So we're making it. First is 5 grand, second is 3 grand, third is 2 grand. 4th is 1 grand. We're making 5th 1 grand as well, and each win is 750. And it's only 4 games. So
after finding that elimination, you're never really out of the
so 5 of 10 teams make money as well. So I'm hoping that means people don't grief in the last game as well, because they can still make 750 for the win, and they could jump up to top 5, which is like another grand. So I thought that made the most sense.
A very seasoned trio.
I think Zora with the prime for 15. Hey, what's up, Jacob? Yeah, man, should be fun, dude.
Is concerned, and Anas, Synod, Repsguard.
You Frostbite with the prime?
Importantly, have a very firm grasp of knowing if you don't have.
Yeah, man, it should be fun, man. 15k across 10 teams goes a long way, man. Because you got to split it by 4 as well, so I didn't want to make like, I didn't want to give out money to like all top 10, and then you're getting like 20 bucks for playing. You know what I mean? So like even 5th place is still getting 250 each, even without wins. You know.
Getting right into the heat of it, with Nox taking advantage of a bit of a separated player. But it's always a little bit.
Yeah, Jacob. Yeah, I'm gonna do a recap video of it. Yeah. It won't be like new style. It'll be like highlight style, because they actually give me live spec clients. So I'm gonna jump in and like cast it. It's just gonna be fun.
How they're going back to the drawing board in these lobbies and trying to, formulate a plan that's actually gonna work for them in the next one.
All right, back to the FNCS though, chat.
100%. It's time is ticking though, so you want to make sure that
still 72 alive. Okay, never mind. I keep yapping at my tournament. I'm like, I swear I'm yapping too much here, but like, damn, nothing's happening.
Has to shift for maybe.
We've had 6 teams go down, and we're in zone 5. We're going to zone 6.
And his trio getting a huge beam there onto ZND. Ju is now weak. It's all up to him to try and stay alive to keep the trio in it. And ZND's trying to.
Decent fighting loadout here for Gordetti. I don't like the outlaw, but the collateral to follow up is nice.
With a few extra shots, they do in the end and take him out. Really nicely done from this trio, as now they're a little bit of a problem in the back. Is Finchek that does return fire. It's now back to a 2v2. Joanne now also has a bit of a problem.
This is a great zone for Savage though. Come on, this is the Savage win, surely.
So much damage.
We've got a Mars zone. Or near Mars zone.
Right now, can Finchek get his way in? Ju's also there by his side. They still need to keep tabs of their whites. You can see them just chucking those splashes down to now enable them to get a little bit quicker, but no. A fight that we thought was.
Mythic Outlaw's great. It's really good at solos.
Dip on out. They decided to disengage, and I think it's a smart decision. You can see there's another team lurking nearby. But the problem with getting into zone is there's so many eyes on you now. Finchek, Ju, they have all of that.
Yeah, this Grands on EU is gonna be mad fun.
All on them. Whether they'll survive this is another question, because they're still looking so weak. And it's Lucia, Wheat, and Freezy that are able to look on through. Will they push, or will they decide to rotate? Because that zone does pull far.
The problem is they clipped Finchek, and when they saw that tear into the white HP, that's the primary reason why they were kind of refusing to let up for a moment. But Finchek and Ju have managed to escape that focus. Still, they know there's a
I hate that bug, bro.
Above them. And it's the players that were.
Oh my god, it actually freaks me out every time it happens. I think my PC's crashing.
And Artie, they don't necessarily have a whole lot of time left to work with.
But yeah, I think this... Do you think this EU Grand Finals has been one of the the hardest grands to predict we've ever had, chat? I really feel like it is. I don't think we've ever had a grands going into it where there are some good drop spots that give it advantages, but like Veno switching around, being the FNCS champ really throws a spanner in the works because normally that's your favorite, the reigning champs if they're doing well. Malabuka just came 10. Like, it's a tough one, man. One of the hardest grands I've ever had to predict, I feel like. You want a Queasy win? Yeah, maybe. Queasy started the season really hot, but then kind of slowed down a little bit. Not like crazy, but his cruise performance was solid too.
To stay out of eyesight here from Lusha, Wheat, and Mrsavage, but these guys are chasing them down.
There they are. This is a perfect opportunity for them to take down Jew, though, getting ahead of them. Really nice tags there from Lusha to connect right there, but in the process, Wheat goes down.
One of my top 5 teams. Come on, man.
Their decision making earlier, they decided to stay on that edge of zone.
Next to the Prime 2.
They have to make a hefty rotation across the map. There's a long way to go. Jew somehow is still in the game, as I say that.
He's that guy.
Not. And it's now all up to Lusha and the Freezy in that trio to pick up the pieces as Wheat goes down. So thankfully for them, they do get a bit of a zone pull in their favor.
Yeah, I haven't shown a Savage too much.
Ensure they make their way into the zone no matter how many materials they...
I would like some again some check-ins on the teams that a lot of people care about, even if they're not fighting. Just check in on how they are.
Circling the area to spray on through. Lusha does have an exotic Shxrk, so he is going to be able to get back up to full HP, but without his teammates.
Ooh, Upple, nice, 760 above, nice. Come on, show me Savage.
They're leading consistency on the day, but that might be cut short here. Upple, Panzer, and Thomas. Definitely keeping.
Never mind. Back to Alicia.
I know it's a solo boxed up currently, but they don't want to draw too much focus. A lot of foot traffic around them as well, and they're just trying to be very cautious with how they proceed. They don't want to find themselves getting pinched between separate teams, and Trulex right behind where Thomas's team was just at. Money
or team below. How did Money stay above Surge that last game? That was crazy.
But that's not going to work out for them for much longer. They need to get some damage, and they need to get it soon before those Storm Surge takes start to become a real problem.
Oh, triple spraying the metal walls. We're getting desperate. We're getting real desperate. Oh, we're getting really desperate.
They force the refreshes and 4G plays Rabbit. They might
oh, this is getting scarily desperate. There's got to be a better. There's got to be a better opportunity for Surge than spraying a trio on a metal wall on dead side. Oh no, they're on pretty congested side. I guess they're hoping they get lobbied. Here we go.
They don't want to threaten their current position.
They don't. This is a difficult situation for them. We saw them find.
It is, Chloe. It is, yeah.
Find the full trio, so maybe that's coming back to haunt them now. Lusha's still in the game, not going to be able to get up to too much HP.
Why is Group so passive? Not sure, man. Not sure.
Just about to break into those placement points soon enough as well. If he can make it there, let's see where this next zone pulls. That's a big problem for him, and another big problem is his Storm Surge. He has to get aggressive right now, otherwise that damage is going to come ticking on through. 41 below. It's not a huge amount, but now that the pressure's on, the damage is coming through.
Yeah, chat, I'm guessing Savage is still. The fact that oh, there he is. He's right there. He's looking healthy. He's right next to Alicia here. I'm guessing because they haven't shown him, he must be healthy.
25 HP, one more take, he needs 100 damage, it's all over.
Oh, Savage got on the high ground. Oh, shit.
There just weren't any options left for Lusha at that point. It was either expose yourself going for tags and be beamed by another team from underneath you or across, or just wait for the Storm Surge to do its work.
Nice, there we go.
They didn't want to wait for much longer, though. The fact that they were able to get that aggressive has definitely extended their marks in this third match. Anas, Refscar, Sinet, though, we saw them for the longest time in their Surge base, and it seems like it worked out in their favor. 545 above currently, but most importantly of all, holding on to height. It's about suppressing that secondary position.
This is a huge game for them as well. Look at where the zone's pulled. It's right next to their drop spot. This is a huge opportunity.
Oh, yeah, this is Thomas and Savage's best chance to win here. You got to think this zones are so much better than the first two.
The Surge, as you mentioned, is in their favor, but some other Danish players and Thomas are still in the lobby as well, so they have to be very careful. And Nas is getting absolutely beamed from the players down below.
Resguard to Grants.
Down there, so he's going to be very careful when they're taking control of both sides of zone right here. You saw Resguard and
so he's going to pull. Ooh, I was going to say southwest.
I think it is going to pull.
Thomas gets a triple kill. Damn. Okay, Thomas.
claimed that high ground.
That was a quick triple from Thomas. Is that just drum gun beams, or what the hell was that?
On that low ground again, keeping up that consistency.
Baby,
and yeah, Refsguard, Sined, and Nasa
Thomas lay in the fields. Yeah.
High ground, but a massive game needed from them, and what a great opportunity for them.
They'll at least be able to control the flow of these teams.
Such a weird angle.
Yeah, forced to expend a lot of material because of the fact that height is just continuing to spray down.
Yeah, here it is. It's just drum gun triple spray, is it? Oh no!
Directly finding these eliminations, finding these refreshes at a crucial hour. They're going to be able to keep trying to tarp their way forward, but Sined, Refsguard, Anas way up above the rest.
Zeal's kind of stuck in the mid. Ooh, getting sprayed by Thomas. That's good. Savage's points game 1. If they have another really consistent game here, we may not need the win.
Looking back for a moment, Thomas trying to see if he
there we go. Nice. Savage gets a refresh.
Sure enough, teams just caught amongst each other. They know one wrong step could be the end of it, just like Clement's team finding that elimination.
Yeah, huge for Clement's team here as well on that low ground. They're trying to take control of that, as is Thomas on the front
demon,
side.
bro.
Looking back, all those
you can see why he's been like top damage in most lobbies he plays, man. Holy crap.
He gets a knock in the process, huge for this team. They're not going to be able to get the refresh on that, but they're going to be able to keep.
Bro, Thomas Somerset from Pro Aim is going mad under the radar.
Also, they know that the zone could pull up on top of this hill, which it does, and they need to try and keep a little bit of elevation to account for that problem. As now Sined, Refsguard, and Nas, they're still up on height. Looking secure as well, but they might be running low on materials as now the deal is able to do such a good job.
Come on, Savage. Come on.
Fragging out there on the low ground.
Oh, Thomas versus Savage on the low ground, maybe.
Elimination after elimination.
Thomas is putting an absolute
Pink's, yeah, Pink's looking good in this one as well. This is going to be a big battle for the win here. There's a lot of big, healthy teams in this. Noah's having to tank storm on backside, though.
Has scrutinized them for. Refsguard and Nas
ooh, damn, Pink!
Down in the dirt here. They're gonna find
oh shit, okay, Pink. 7 kills, 129. What a diamond's made of, Pink.
Especially considering that it's just Nebs and Pink working as a pair dynamic. And they're gonna be able to layer swap thanks to that refresh. A little bit more material to work with. Thomas HD, though, running incredibly low on builds.
Look at what it does. The zone's pulling all the way through.
Oh, Thomas and Savage.
Huge moments here for Anas, Refsguard, and Sined all the way up on high. Clement also in that mid-ground layer getting active as well as Thomas HD.
Savage's team have to come flying out of zone with a refresh. I feel like they're low on mats with them sitting back. We'll see. Thomas going down. Savage going down. Wait. Savage's on low ground. Beautiful low ground take by Savage. Perfect timing as Thomas goes down. Oh, Rizzo's one who took him down. He get the finish.
They're the ones that are now claiming low ground.
It would be quite the finish here if Reason, Mr. Savage, and Badil could be the ones to shut down Uppel and Panzer. But first, they got to
nice. Come on, Savage.
Sure enough, they bring him to his end. Now, take him back
nice.
one more time. Vox
4 elims, 141 points. Not bad at all. But come on, let's get the win.
Savage,
come on.
5 builds remain.
Oh, Panzer versus Savage for the win. No way. Oh, but Reason. No, Nas. The Danes are ruining it.
And that's going to give him a little bit of wiggle room around the side of the build. But the moment
Savage claps back.
Mr. Savage
double res. Oh!
Savage with another one.
3v2. Wait, 2v2. It's 2v2. We get the res though. It could be a 3v2.
Waiting for the perfect opportunity.
Wait, we have the health advantage. We have the health advantage. Panzer gets dropped in. Savage on the Panzer. The X trio, bro.
That's a little taste of revenge if I've ever seen it here, Mini. And
3v1 with the double res.
Double revive.
Oh, Uppel. Yeah, Uppel doesn't win these, bro. This would be an insane solo clutch. Does he have heal off, though? How much heal off does he have? Wait. Wait. Nah, he's coming in. He doesn't have heal off. He's coming in. He's coming in. He's fun angles. Savage the grants, baby. Let's fucking go. W Savage. Coming out of retirement and straight to grands, baby. Let's get it. Good shit. Very good shit.
They have done it. Mr.
W.
Savage fans rise. This is their time.
They played that end game great. We didn't get to see too much about when they jumped down on a Thomas, but that was really nicely played. They sat back, surged forward, took down Thomas on the low, claimed it. That was great.
Clattering together, I'm sure. Just wondering, is it going to be a repeat of what
all right, chat. We'll make the V-Buck giveaway Savage. We're all spamming anyway. You guys want the V-Bucks? Savage.
There was absolutely no chance.
Yes, we get to see it back.
Throwing this game really nicely.
Oh, I wanted to see when they first made the play on a Thomas. I couldn't see if Rizzo got the finish on a Thomas or he got the knock. Because claiming that low was 100% the winning play.
Little bit of revenge. get back here as now Upple, of course.
Yeah, that's Grants, chat. That's Savage. Rezoned the deal into Grants now.
And I'm sure the fans will be happy. We will be seeing Mr. Savage.
And we took down Panzer's team for it.
Savage's flow
a little bit of payback
there when it came to picking up the eliminations was absolutely disgusting. And I know we're not the only ones that have something to say about it, Minnie.
Well, guys, my teeth weren't exactly clattering, but my jaw was wide open and practically on the floor during the end game there. That 3v1 versus Upple. Obviously, great to see Thomas's trio.
Yeah, it's good points for Thomas too, though.
How fantastic, Levin.
Isn't it funny? We get a South zone, and then it's between Savage and Thomas.
This is what it's all about. The storyline, the script. I'm telling you.
All right, 10 more seconds, chat. We'll call the Savage giveaway.
For this trio, I hope at least. What a win.
W. Yeah, that was a really good zone for Savage and Thomas, and they both get first and second. It's huge.
Finally sealed the deal.
One more South zone. I think Thomas will be in Grands for sure.
The ending of that game.
All right, we'll call it there. Thank you, chat, for entering. Sanaki, Torpedo, Quackity, Fidizzy.
Hopefully, he can top last season's placement.
Let's see if I can get
Oh yeah, I mean, it was literally like it went slow motion for me when Mr. Savage took down Panzer after Panzer snaking for Thomas and
yo, damn!
Just
let's see if I can grab the Mr. Savage reaction.
Secure the victory and pushing himself.
Oh, he doesn't have the VOD up. No.
Finals. It does not
Anyone
get
clip a
any
chat?
more cinema than what we are witnessing right now, Levin.
Oh, there we go. Healing's got a W healing to the goat. Thanks, Healings.
Because she was spot on. The revenge. You could just taste it. I'm honestly gonna, as soon as we go to break, I'm going straight to Savage's stream. I need to see his reaction to that. Because, like, you know, I can only imagine just how elated they must have been feeling in that moment. I can only imagine how he must feel if he knows they took down Panzer in that moment, right? Like, that would be an even better feeling as well for the revenge part of it. But this team is so deserving. When you come together so last minute and are still able to look like such a cohesive, strong team against top opponents, like, you know, it makes sense at the end of the day because this is the most experienced team in the lobby. But I'm so impressed by them.
Am I like too far behind you, Meredith, or?
Guys, wow. I never had any doubt. I knew that they would get the victory royale. I just knew it wouldn't be the first.
Oh, call the Pred. Oh, sorry. Yep, Ped. My bad. I got too excited.
We will be back in a few minutes to chat all about game number 3. So, guys, stay tuned.
Wait, what's happened? I don't get it. What's me bugging Iridium? Oh, really, Merit?
Nice.
Oh, bro. Good shit, man.
Come on, boys.
Oh, nice, man. Finally.
The fact that 1v3 also makes it a little bit less hype, so they kind of know.
Good fucking shit, boys.
Oh my
W.
God.
Good fucking shit, motherfuckers.
Oh, what a full box on the team.
Good shit. No say no man left behind. Rezon got knocked. Nice. I guess Elvis. I mean, to be fair, again, it just shows the confidence. They were one of the favorites to qual. So, all right, sorry, chat. We'll unban Savage's word now. Sorry, we have to block it after the giveaway because the kids just keep going crazy with it. It's the only way to let people know the giveaway's over. There you go. Now let's see what this means for Grants. See what it means for Grants. Oh, that's what Rezon. Oh, that's what. I thought Rezon's tweet was like a reaction. Rezon's tweet is about where they're dropping, is it? Ooh, what do we got here? Oh, they left it. Veno split in grand finals. So it looks like Veno's getting Mars Meadows unconned. Ooh, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, kids are still spamming it. Chat, there's no... What are we doing? Chat, what are we doing? There's no giveaway. What are we doing? Chat, let me unblock the Savage word. The giveaway's over. I don't know how I can make this more clear. Giveaway over. Over. Giveaway is closed. It is over. Like, I don't know what the fuck... What are we supposed to do? I don't understand. Chat, like, what? It's been like a minute. Like, almost 2 minutes. I've referenced it like 3 times being over. So we'll see. I guess we'll see. I guess it's whether Fred makes it out of LCQ now. We'll see if Fred makes it out through LCQ and contests Veno. Cinema. After an up and down rocky season for Veno, uncon Mars Meadows would be very nice. Fred's that guy making that last chance. Honestly, he kind of is. Yeah. There's kind of certain plays you just have like a feeling. It was like Marius, right? I mean, it's just last chance. Last chance on EU is still quite tough. There's a lot of good teams for 3 spots. Last chance on NA is a little bit easier because almost all the good teams go through.
Yes, and if you've just tuned in, you have missed the fact that Mrsavage has made it to yet another FNCS final. And combined with Reason and Vidil, that means they've made 64 FNCS finals in total. This must be the most successful trio in European history, Takata. It is wild how successful they are.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, thinking what's next, too. Now that they're qualified to the major finals, Vico Venoflixi were tweeting, they were like posting on socials, you know, we kind of want to go the same draft where Savage is going. And then also, you know, what happens if they qualify to globals now? Wasn't Savage going to retire?
Frankie's like...
There's so many things going on, but, you know, I love to see it.
Ugh, I can't wait for the Masked Meadows showdown, but that is next weekend.
Well,
we've got to talk still about what happened in game number 3 of Group 3, because something else that was very pleasing to see was Thomas's trio.
I think you'll get conned because he left so many times.
It was the first end game they kind of went into where all 3 of them
I don't think so. Only because like any team in Grands knows that Veno's not going to leave mid-Grands. So no.
What did you make of them this game?
I mean,
unless you think conning Mars is better than conning another team just with the loot. But if your plan is to think that Veno will leave, that's dumb as fuck.
In his hands, we should get everyone to sign a petition to say he can't have it. You know, give it to Panzer up or give it to someone else.
Thomas not allowed to use the drum gun.
Let this guy have this weapon. Every single time the cameras pan to him, he was just being a nuisance to somebody around him, right? And that's what you expect from Thomas HD at the end of the day, but the combination
But yeah, fighting Mars Meadows for the loot, maybe, might be better than fighting a crappy POI, but yeah, Veno's definitely not going to leave midway through Grand.
It's
Tommy's gun.
It's what you love to see. We talked about how frequently Thomas is getting the most damage on EU, literally having the most in those initial Div Cup finals, and now showing that he can also do it, you know, in the same lobbies time and time again. After popping off, you know, they weren't able to secure the victory royale, but with this most recent match, I mean, they have more than enough points to put them in an amazing spot for qualifying through consistency at no surprise for a trio of this caliber, and I'm just too excited to see if they continue to perform at this level in the upcoming matches.
Standings. What do we got? So we've got Savage, Pix, and Akira through to Grands, and in our top 5 without a win, we have Vox Clement. Well done, Vox Clement Split. People are saying we might have a chance of no French team in Grands. I know people saying no French team in Globals. I want to see the Frenchies start popping off, man. Back to chapter 2. We need some French domination, especially coming into Leon. I want the French fans popping off. We got Vox, Thomas. Again, I don't even know this team. I literally do not know this team. Kim, and then Pink and Wheat. So Vox, definitely an underrated one for me. I wouldn't have put them up there, and I don't know who this is. Am I a weird, Chad? Kim, Chromashon, and Perovsky.
Strong, but you can see the materials right now on Refscard. They were just so
you missed with the Prime for 7. You Frank?
That when it came down to it, they just had to drop down and just scrap it out. And unfortunately, they got out.
They got 10 KPR, 200 earned in the whole trio. Bruh. If that's true, that's fucking crazy. I got to check that for myself, but that's insane. Wow.
In this lobby.
Savage conning Veno. Oh, Savage is not conning.
We have, for the people who don't know who watch the show, we
have Savage is going to Mountain Split because Veno is going Mast. It's because he's not conning Veno.
And towards the end now,
6 KO in whole trio. Okay. Kim has 3.5k. Okay, so I'm sleeping on Kim a bit. Okay. 1 sec. I'm just going to the bathroom grabbing breakfast. 1 sec.
Danish lobby. Danish team didn't even win. So hold that then, Moss.
Look, you can be the Danish hater here, 11, but to give them the benefit of the doubt, this was the first match they got into the top 10, and they did a great job. You know, they unfortunately ran out of materials, didn't go quite their way. We're not going to talk about what happened to Levin. We all love Denmark here. Everybody's a big fan. Thomas HD is going to win his first major finals.
You can't get rid of me.
No, we can't. Disappear him again, please, production. Disappear him. Thank you very much. Gosh, so much more relaxed now he's gone. Oh, he's back. Awkward. Anyway, Takata, you were saying?
No, we love to see it.
We got to head to our casters because apparently Levin is back in the lobby and we need to have a quick conversation about being nice to the people that pay our wages. So let's pop off and get game number 4 underway.
Yeah, I quite like being on the screen, so we're gonna talk nicely about Denmark here to Taco. It was pretty much full Denmark lobby there at the end. It was very, very exciting. I genuinely did think that Reskard and Nas and Sineb were gonna do it there at the end, and it just shows that height isn't always the key to success.
We got to take it a little bit personally there, though, for refs, Thomas, Tripper. I mean, somebody's got to find that little bit of dignity now for Denmark. Surely make Levin eat his own words. I know that they would love to see it, and so would our production team. But first, we got to see what happens in match 4.
Yeah, match number 4 is upon us. Huge, huge moments for our teams that are higher up. Just need to keep doing what they need to do, and for teams that are lower down, as we've talked about throughout the last couple of groups, now it's all about how do we get out of this situation. 2 more games to potentially make it into the Major 2 finals. You want to get it done now. That last chance qualifier is so difficult to not only qual for, but then also actually pick up a victory. So still a few of our big names that still haven't made it. So lots and lots of storylines to keep tabs on. One of which is, of course, this off-spawn battle in this sort of strange area of the map between a couple of different POIs. We haven't quite seen it all go crazy at the very beginning here, Taco. It seems very, very peaceful. I think that'll benefit Kind and company there.
At least no immediate 50-50, but the Bear Army, they're hoping to get the advantage here at Lone Wolf Lair. Marco, sadly,
little Lone Wolf fight, baby.
Is going... Oh, actually, no. That's in his benefit. Excuse me. For a moment, it looked like it turned against him. Isma, Fakey, trying to close in now onto Gorditi. Scary Sean.
Another O sandwich? No, today you're just having some cereal. Making a video with tier 1.
The Spanish trio.
I will turn my camera off only because my block knows I hate having to eat, and I'm like, you know what I mean? So sorry, chat. We're going camless for this breakfast because my nose is too blocked.
They've already had to deal with a fair amount of third-party action here today. And so if they can't find the immediate conclusion, make sure that you're as healthy as possible before you get into that battle yet again. And it certainly hasn't closed itself off.
Do we think Giannis switched to Mars, chat? Since Giannis loves Mars? Because Pump definitely didn't go his way last game.
Here for Clement, leading the charge with the limb count.
Yeah, really good from this trio. They've been really impressive today. Just overall, that consistency. They haven't necessarily been in any moments where we've been like, wow, you know, this is an incredible performance. It's been a good performance in every single game.
He tweeted about it? Nice.
We need in these sort of lobbies. Of course, top 5 consistency does qualify through. Victory Royale will do the job.
Third PY
well.
for the day.
Joined us and
can't blame him though. It's the main PY he wants.
There's still potential for them to make it into the finals. Just another decent game. Team that did have a more than decent game last time was Reskard, Sined, and us, who just really looked so strong.
Actually, now that I think about it, kind of shout out to Giannis for not conning Savage at all.
For that sort of low ground dominance.
My man has most experience at Mars Meadows and conned Outlaw, even when it was going shit, and still didn't switch to drop on Savage. It's actually really surprising now that I think about it.
Going to go down, especially since now we've got Hansa, Apple, and Thomas still in the lobby, who've been terrorizing the lobby, if you like, with all of their Storm Surge tags in this sort of area. So excited to see what this team can bring to the table now as well.
And I'm really excited too for Thomas, Apple, and Panzer, because now that we have seen Savage, and Reason successfully qual to the Major 2 finals, we got to put some respect onto Panzer's name. He has done a phenomenal job as an up-and-comer in the European competitive scene. And I don't think that this is the end of the road by any stretch of the imagination. Sure.
Wait, especially with the beef with Giannis and Rezon. Yeah, you're right. No way Giannis didn't drop on Savage in this group. I'm thinking about it more and more. That's crazy.
Wispy, though, just hoping that he doesn't meet his ultimate fate here. Just a little bit southeast of Shogun's Solitude, and Valerie, Kenti applying a lot of pressure, but it's largely just forcing these teams to burn through their material count.
Yeah, that laser is just so unrelenting. Yeah, no ammo necessarily with that sort of item. It's just a different sort of health to it, if you like, as Kenti has to just try and put the brakes on there. A little bit of reverse to go on back through there as Velvy just continues that pressure. with that weapon up
This
above.
looks really
It's just
fun.
Such a difficult
This looks
weapon
really,
to
really
contend
fun.
against, because not only is it
I'd be
just
enjoying this if this was
unrelenting,
me.
it's also just quite annoying to deal with from up above. Just never-ending spray. This is really good from just wasting, burning through that team's materials. Wow, what a shot from return right there. As Lispy tries to get a shot, but it's not enough to connect. This is an important fight where both teams do need a good game here. They need something that's going to propel them up the leaderboard. It haven't been the best day necessarily for both of these teams, but this fight could be the catalyst for them having a better start.
Don't worry, didn't run out of ammo soon.
Being in 24th though on the leaderboard, heading into this 4th match, these teams don't necessarily have a whole lot of. They have to find these fights. They have to be successful with them. Tromic tries to get involved. Lispy, though, just
here comes a
too
third
many
party
numbers in his favor. That's one elimination. What these teams need is a strong aim. They're playing for the victory royale.
It's coming.
At this point, but they might not be able to find it when they're struggling so early on, just dealing with one other trio, and that's not even to count in what's happening now. The way that Sai and Naka rolling in the vicinity, this is just gone from bad to worse for both of those original trios.
We're seeing camping in bushes. Kenty camping in a tree, avoiding the sight lines of any other player. Look at this. This is the new strat. This is how to do it. I might adopt this in solo cash cuts. That could be it. Sai is still unaware of the presence right there, but still just trying to look for as many shots as possible.
Chat. Holy crap. Oh, Savage call.
This build, and
yo. Oh my god, FNCS Grand Finalists!
See Kenty whatsoever.
Come on, G.
What's up, dude? Good shit, good shit.
What's up, Peter Boss Duo?
Oh my god, I'm Peter Boss Duo. I'm just fully embracing at this point, bro. It's my whole identity. I don't even care. Dude, we're versing each other, man. We're enemies now, bro. We're rivals, man. I'm gonna fuck your shit up, bro. You're gonna get shit on a pro wave. Is that what we're supposed to do?
Just like you did at DreamHack Sweden with that game mode.
Yeah, okay, fair. But
you remember that? You forgot about that?
Yeah, but now I got Peter Bot though. But then again, yeah, you guys are looking good as shit too, though. Yeah, you guys are looking good as shit. You happy about that? I didn't actually hear. I know he was happy. You happy with Lockie?
Of course. It's my homie, bro.
Yeah, and he's actually been competing to the Red Bull duo. It's clean.
Yeah, bro, he's playing Last Chance qualifiers today.
I know, he's actually locked in, bro. I don't know if he's trying to play the reload evals and stuff, but yeah, no, it's I don't know. Fuck, I don't know when the LSCQ is. Good shit though, man. Congrats. You just chilling out now, you watching?
I'm just doing viewing party for the last 2 games here.
Bro, it's gonna kind of feel like, again, tell me if I'm dumb as fuck, again, I haven't competed, but it's gonna feel like when you do your speech early in class, right? And then you guys just sit back and just like relax. It's gonna be such like a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
get the qual.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie, I was really confident we were gonna qual, as long as we didn't get like, even if we got surprise called, you know.
You could tell from the reaction. My chat was like, oh, bro, like calm reaction. Like, yeah, but it's because like it was expected. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, I mean, during that late game when I saw it was a 3v2 or like a 3v1, I already knew I was.
Yeah.
You know,
if it came down to like a clutch, like you know, edit one pump, like the hype gets versus 3v1, like you know you called.
Get you off on a good foot, but.
And like during the end game there, it's like, bro, I know that since we did have a good game now, like we just needed okay game in the last 2 anyways, and we're gonna get that.
Yeah, you guys had the consistency. That first game was good, and that was your first South Zone as well. If you got a South Zone in those next 2 games, it would have been like easy as qual.
Yeah.
Dude, this group.
She said before the game, if we get 1 mass medals zone, we're gonna win the game.
Yeah, it was you. It came down to you and Thomas first and second. If this zone pulls South again, I swear Thomas is just winning.
Many shots though.
Yeah, well,
this is now Marco's trio.
He took down Panzer in the last game, man. Oh shit, the Panzer dropped down. The X trio, man.
Bro, Panzer actually got shit on there though. Low key predicted his movement fully.
Bro, the broadcast was loving it, man. I was like, I didn't know how much they were gonna ham up the drama and stuff. There hasn't been too much drama with it, but I was like, the X trio always feels like extra nice.
So I think it's gonna be a bit disengaged.
Yeah, it was good, man. This group
is gonna call now too, though.
I'm not gonna lie, this group's been weird to watch. You haven't missed too much. It's the most passive group I've ever watched. Like ever.
Enjoy the loot from that black.
Yeah, it's because it's the worst group, so no one has confidence.
You thought this was worse than Group 1? My chat was debating it earlier. You think this group's easier than Group 1?
I don't know. I didn't really look at Group 1. I just looked at my group and I was like, bro,
yeah. It was. I think they're pretty close-ish. I was saying that I think this group might be just a little bit easier, but Group 2 just took so many players. Like Group 3 and 1 were both going to be not free, but if you're a tier 1 team, it wasn't going to be too hard.
whether it was an opportunity for a third party.
What's the plan for Grands, bro? You left the drop, man. You left, you left Mars, bro.
I mean, I just said to my team, like, I'm down to do whatever, bro.
I mean,
like, I'll be down to con Vino because one, Vino's got a big fucking mouth. Two, it would actually be good content on the FNCS champs of last season.
Content.
It would be good content.
Fair.
And at the same time, I want to call globals, and like, if you're conning Matt Meadows, like, we're not gonna call globals. I know Vino's not gonna get top 5 either, then probably, you know.
Conning globals, I mean, conning Mars, I don't think you make globals, but also, I think if you tried to lock down Mars, Veno stayed at the Mountain, I think there's a chance another team tries to drop on you at Mars. I'm not gonna lie. I think Mountain's good because I think you will get Mountain uncon. Mars, if it wasn't Veno, I reckon like some team that gets through like LCQ or some shit would have conned you. It's just what people do. You're used to it. Like, people like seem to think Mars, oh, it's a big PY. Maybe we could like split it and then rat it out and we could disengage, and they're like, you know what I mean? And it's just gonna be a full grief fest. So I like the Mountain for you guys. I really do.
Yeah, for sure.
I think the Mountain's good as well. Like, I mean, there's a reason why Vino was landing there as well. Like, when Prodoxy was landing on the like mast, it's not a bad fucking spot.
No, it's like got the, I think it's got like what 2 or 3 shrines, like 2 trucks, like it's got a bunch of shit, and it's pretty much similar surge strats and rotates to Mars. So like all the prep you guys on for Mars is kind of the same. So.
Nice for them to get that.
I mean, we just need to spend the next week just playing scrims and just learning the mountain and the shit.
Yeah, I think it's if someone tries to take the south of the island,
bro.
Yeah.
If somebody lands south, fuck it, it's free surge for us, bro.
True. Yeah, you just kind of, that's what Veno was doing. It's not too bad to lock it down. I think who's the team that's been dropping there? It's like they didn't even make it into groups, right? It was Cringe, I think, the other Cringe, wasn't it, Chad?
Bro, I don't know, bro, but if you're dropping there and you actually call Grands, then respect, bro.
They were. It's a team, and I've forgotten their full trio. They've been doing better on NA than EU. It's weird, and they've been dropping there. But then they didn't make groups, which was weird. No, it wasn't Nako. Fido, that's it. Fido's team. Fido, Cringe, and Xenox. That's it. They were dropping there, but then they didn't make groups. So unless they make it through LCQ, surely you're chilling.
And
Shorty, right?
The extra heals that are in the map.
Yeah, nah, as much as you versus Veno would be spicy, I feel like it's probably just a full grief for both of you. But hey, Fred could make it through LCQ as well. Never know.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you go con Veno on the mountain, bro.
If Maz gets conned, I mean, that's good for us, bro.
Yeah, I guess so.
Then it's fucking, what's it called? The rewards are reversed, bro.
Does Veno then con you guys? No, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Let's say Fred makes
the mountain over Mass, bro. That does not make any sense, though.
Yeah, unless he tries to hope you'll leave.
Maybe you would. Yeah, maybe you would try to land on the mountain and then hope that we go back to Mass. But then, bro, like,
I think he knows you won't. Nah, I think he knows you won't. I think at that point he wouldn't risk it. He'd have to just go must. He'd just be sitting there doing the biggest hate watch on Fred. He's gonna have to. There's no other option. I heard you guys were you guys teeing off yesterday in the call? Apparently you guys were pressing each other a bit.
Earlier today?
No, yesterday apparently. Was it yesterday? Once he tried to say he was going master now. Once Fred didn't qual, yeah, I think it was yesterday, wasn't it?
Oh, Vino.
Yeah, Vino. Yeah.
I don't know, but he was just being weird, to be honest. Like, he joined my call, then he said I'm a broke ass N-word, so it's like, okay.
Oh, what the? Whoa.
My chat was telling me, Vino call, and then I'm like, oh, okay. And then he joins the call, I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? And then he just starts like trying to press me or something.
Yo, now Vino wants to get added to this call.
And then look what he sends me on Discord, bro. He sends, alright, I'm just showing this, bro. I'm showing my DMs with Vino, bro.
He's asking me, he's asking to join. He wants to join to this call.
You N-word.
Whoa!
FYI, we beat him 3-1, then he beat. I just replied with this, bro. I'm just like, bro, what the fuck is this guy saying?
Well, apparently he wants to join this call now. I don't know. Do you want to have better this call?
No, don't give this guy more attention, bro. Like,
you guys like actually beefing. You know what the fuck?
Bro, it's not beefing. I don't give a shit. I would consider myself friends with Vino, but then he calls us. Fine, I don't care. It's in the game, you know. If it's in the game, he's just doing whatever he thinks is best. Fine. He enjoys my call, and you just calls me. And just starts fucking calling me shit. What the fuck?
I think
just leaves the call before I can even get a word in.
Oh, really? So you got full you got pressed and then he left. All right, Veno, you're gonna agree to be polite and respectful. Veno, I need your agreement to be polite and respectful, though. I'm like the reverse faculty, bro. I'm the opposite. I'm the one trying to like make it not drama. Okay. Do you promise, Veno? Yes. Okay, Veno said yes. Are you okay with that agreement, Savage?
Yeah, I mean, you can join call, bro. Bro, I told, like, again, I don't care, but it's just.
We'll see. All right, we'll see how we go. We'll be respectful.
With a lot of other teams who only have one thing on the mind, and that's just winning. And obviously.
Oh, what's up, Venno?
You might hit pink in my back.
Oh. Yo, who's got the Skype call sound? What are we doing, bro? What the fuck is this?
I have to.
The PTSD. Who's got the Skype call sound? What the fuck was that?
Oh, my bad. My dad was calling me on Skype.
Wait, you still use Skype?
I have to. By the way, I have to whisper because pink is playing.
Okay.
So,
alright, so who we got?
Savage. No, you guys don't even whisper. But Savage, bro, stop saying that as if you knew I wasn't trolling. Because your chat thinks I was serious. You know I was trolling.
No, I actually did not know if you were trolling or not.
Oh, okay, you literally said to me.
I was like, I think he's trolling, but I don't know. And then you DM me.
You literally said I'm rage baiting. Yeah, I guess that's not trolling.
The second part's definitely trolling. I mean, to be fair,
why are you saying you're gonna put your dick inside me? Like, that's actually you're threatening to rape me, bro.
IRL. IRL, not in game. IRL.
Minecraft. In Minecraft. What's happening? What are we doing here?
Minecraft.
I'm not getting banned right before Grands. What are we doing, boys?
Nothing.
I don't get banned either, bro. I'm just saying. I'm just saying the things how they were, bro. But fair enough. If you were rage baiting, like, just apologize and it's okay, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry for rage baiting. But you know I was rage baiting. And your chat, you said I was rage baiting.
Good boy.
Alright.
Alright,
you facts now, bro. Stop doing this dumbass shit, bro.
I'm trolling. Alright, the beef has been squashed. Let's go. W fucking.
Why'd your chat something good boy now?
Venno, so you're just putting on the biggest hate watching for Oxy now? You just full praying Fred doesn't make Grands, I guess?
I don't leave shit up to chance.
Yo, what does that mean? Yo, we got shooters or something? What could that mean? Yo, what the? Yo, we griefing Fred, bro? What the hell?
What? No.
You know,
he's gonna watch.
He's gonna play on an alt account. He's gonna land last.
That sounded mad ominous, bro. I don't know how else to interpret that. That sounded mad ominous. What the fuck?
Nah, like the truth is they didn't. They came 13th from Oncon Mass. What's that to say? They probably won't qual Oncon.
Yeah, it depends last
year. They've won one game all season. All season they've won one game from Mass.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Not the greatest stat line going into it for sure.
Damn, bro. How did you find out about that? How did you find out they won one game from Mass?
I was in court with Pablo and I went, have you guys even won a game this season? He said, I think we won one in Div Cup.
Damn, okay. I mean, hey, that's...
I believe in them, bro.
What do you mean, Sam? Do you want him to not qual as well, bro? What?
Of course I want him to qual, bro.
That makes your Grand so much worse, though. Like W friend, but like, damn.
Doxy?
Yeah.
Nice friend.
How does that make my Grands worse?
Because then Venno's gonna either con you or then master, then you, I guess you third partied, I guess, but like...
I'm not going back to that spot, you can have it.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yo, W for Oxy, let's go. Savage just like, wait, you got Savage praying for the con so you can third party.
Let's go.
Like
I'm praying for the con so you get third party.
Do you like that spot, Savage?
Mast or the mountain?
Mountain. I mean, you guys weren't playing Mast the best.
I've landed that mountain in one performance cup on NA once. Like, I don't know, bro.
I mean, if you have the entire thing, people weren't doubting my vision, bro.
You guys did well with it. You did well in groups with it, for sure. I mean, it's just when you claim all of it, that's the problem.
I crushed 2 games and I had most kills. But like,
surely in Grands, though. Surely in Grands, there's gonna be some like, you know, LCQ or like bottom tier team who tries to take Southsmith, though.
Okay, so like the thing with it is that like the thing with it is if someone lands at the bottom, right? Then you just key them, right? And you still have cap loot. You have 6 shrines, a car, and because because of how much, nah, 6, but like obviously they're not 100%. So like you may only get 3, but like 3's enough anyway.
Oh, gotcha, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
But like I think you're guaranteed to get 2 in terms of percent. I'm very pink. I have my voice turned all the way up.
Is Pink winning? I mean, we're on the delay here on the broadcast. Is Pink stacked as shit? Is he gonna win? No spoilers, but like, is he stacked as shit?
No.
Oh fuck! I want Pink, bro. Pink doesn't quite, I'll be so sad.
Wait, how many points is Pink on now?
He's in like 1-4.
Yeah, he should be chilling. He should surely like one more good game. I mean, it's not 100%
needs one more good game.
Yeah, one decent game next game. But these down zones are now worse for him, bro. Those north zones were so much better.
Nice, massive for those guys. Absolutely huge. They need that. They need this game.
Oh my! Seen it with a little Friday.
Yes, that's the thing with the spot, right? Like, yeah, like even if you key someone underneath, like I played in scrims, like you still have cap loot because there's so much area, so you can claim. Bro, I was getting like a llama guaranteed every game. If you went and watched Cammy's like tournaments on like Assyrian, you just see them getting 1 or 2 llamas every game because they have so much area and they can just scout with pad.
Okay, bro, we're landing there. Like you don't have to. You don't have to convince me more, bro.
No, I'm just giving you advice, bro. Yeah,
Also, Antics, bro, we squashed the beef. You can kick him from the call now.
Well, I can't stay.
I'm trolling.
I'm just. My chat's gonna be confused. I whisper the whole time. Is the only problem.
Bro, I love you, bro.
She's gonna be confused. I whisper the whole time. Thomas got to call this here though. Surely, look at the Thomas calls this here. Dude, this drum gun is fucked. Like it's actually so fucked. Look at this shit, bro. Bro, he just hits every shot though. Like I mean, it's good, but Thomas is disgusting with this thing.
That's so good.
Come on, Panzer. Come on.
So you actually cheering on Panzer Savage?
I swear you
like
hate
Panzer,
watching.
bro. Panzer. No, I like Panzer. Whenever I say like, yeah, fuck Panzer, that's just troll, bro.
Yeah.
But I did feel good to shit on him and then that's good.
How many points was that?
Seems like a good dude.
I think they were 140 or something.
They're 140, like 3 or something.
I can talk normal now. No, nah, I was like, alright, Lenny, Big Leonard. What do you think about your IGL in this heat, Savage? Do you think you played well or no?
It was okay. In the second game, I was a bit goofy, but yo, Vino, alright, you got hella game knowledge, bro. Did the truck explode this whole season when it broke?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry to tell you, bro. Yeah.
Because bro,
I started laughing when you said that.
Bro, I swear I was told at the start of the season by somebody I was playing scrims with, the truck doesn't explode.
The fire doesn't spread anymore.
Okay, so there's no fire, but you take damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be
like it explodes, but there's no fire. You still take 50.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I fully sold that game because I got hit by that truck, bro.
Hey, I mean,
no, but like, it's not even. It wasn't even anything to do with that, bro. You hit 10 obstacles. Me and Flixie were arguing about what you should have done, and I said, bro, the rotate was fine. It's just he hit every object possible.
I hit 3 things, bro.
They didn't show that, bro. The broadcast was like full sleeping on you, man.
And I hit 2 things at the start, and then I hit a 3. It's like,
yo, you like a shit driver in real life, or like?
No license taker.
Wait, you don't drive?
So you don't have a license, do you?
No, I got 3 licenses now.
Yo, what? I mean, he's a pilot. What the fuck?
Yeah, I got pilot, boat, and car.
I mean,
oh god, you got a boat.
We didn't get to watch any of that game, by the way. We just watched you die at the end, unfortunately.
No, Panzer. Oh, Panzer goes down.
No. 156 is not bad, but come on.
Yeah,
the rest? Oh, it's pink. Oh shit, it was pink. It's pink on Thomas. They're both on like 152. No, they're full griefing each other. Oh no, Nems and Pink are alright. Oh, we're not alright. No.
Panzer's got to do it from the last game.
Oh, and Pink's got to try and solo clutch this. Can he get the res here? No, definitely not. He's got double heal grenade though, and all the chugs.
If he didn't tank zone, he could have resed. But I don't know how much zone they tank.
Yeah. Probably worth just solo clutching with all those white meds anyway, right?
Yeah. I mean, there's 3 chug jugs. I don't know if you saw the other one.
No, yeah, there's another one. Yeah, there's another one next to him. He's carrying the 1 heal grenade though, which is fair. How much
like
is
the 200? 200.
Yeah, heal grenade's 200, is it? Yeah. And out heal's a 10 tick. That shit's fucked. Oh, you pop them together as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Come on, Pink clutch.
Bro, double mobility. Look at him go, man. He's doing everything. One of the few times they show the solo clutch I care about.
Come on, Pink.
Oh, I fuck with that, bro. Double mobility.
It's nice. The 120 builds, too. Who's on high ground? Rabbit's on high ground. What the fuck? This is such a good zone to have high ground. Holy shit. Shxrk, no, and Trulex really need this too, man.
Are they alive?
Not doing too good.
996 right now, yeah. What's going on with this team? I actually don't know why. Like, on paper, like, should be a great team, no?
I think their mid game is pretty good. I don't think the end game's that good from what I've watched being with them. I think they're probably the biggest thing they need to work on.
Sweet, Ilusha's still here as well. There's still a few big teams really need this. Yanis now is going to try to do it in basically 2 games at Mast. I was saying to my chat tabs, I'm surprised Yanis didn't start conning you guys earlier. Like, not even out any beef shit, just because, like, dude, their outlawed con was so fucking shit. Like, it was just rough for him.
Yeah, it's because Roki and Thingy, neither of them have Lad Ned Mast, only Yanis has.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's why then, okay. Oh, Peak, though? Look at the solo clutch, bro.
possible. His teammates just too close by.
Where's he going?
I don't know. Unfortunately, those gauntlets aren't going to do shit in this zone. So much verticality.
He's trying to live. He got siphon.
Nice. Nice. This is clutching a lot of
Let's
points.
do one. I don't know. Don't say.
Fucking point bug, bro. Oh shit, Moneymaker fighting
In
for the
Aussie's
high.
school watching.
Money to grants. Money to
I
grants.
mean, Aussie's school watching, so like,
Money to grants. Come on. Oh,
Moneymaker on the high
full
ground.
trio money on high ground. Bro, did you see Money solo clutch earlier today, Savage? He was solo from 3rd zone and got like 6.
the island pool.
It was crazy.
Wait, Moneymaker is actually their goal. They're winning this.
Wait, they might win this. Faded Pigeon to grands, bro. Is this gonna be Pigeon's first grands?
Oh my god.
Wait a second.
Surely the Hill team wins.
They've got to. Trulex might be able to do something, maybe.
I mean, Trulex, I think if Trulex don't die.
They've got the, yeah, if Trulex has got heals here. Drop the chug.
Right,
Trulex,
height chop might come in.
Yo, we got
Nah,
Shxrk
Trulex is the type of player.
Yo, what?
Nah, he's the type of player.
Shxrk pop the chug,
And
man?
Janice.
That's crazy.
Look at Janice.
Bro, lack of ego, man. What? Trulex is down.
Yeah,
Shxrk
much
trying to solo
yeah.
clutch.
Going down. There's Trulex gone.
Oh, wait, Yanis.
This low ground team.
Wait,
Surely this low ground
Yanis,
team wins,
one
bro.
drop from
Goes down
Master.
as well.
Yanis is going to qual. Wait.
Oh my.
No way.
Oh my.
One.
No,
Moneymaker's 1v3.
Yanis didn't shoot.
Moneymaker 1v3?
1v3 Moneymaker. This would be glorious. Come
Bro,
on,
the
money. Come on,
TikToks.
money.
The TikToks are about to go wild.
Have they got builds?
Oh no, it's
Oh, nah.
Well, it's not even Moneymaker.
Wait, it's Hizix. What the
Oh,
fuck?
gee.
It's Hizix. Yo, Yanis. Yanis with 1 game at Mars does it. Holy fuck. Well played.
Bro, it's just his POI. He's just claiming glance.
Damn, you're going to be triple con now, Venom. What the fuck? Damn. So wait, what did
I'm
money...
gonna say hello, Flixie.
Wait, Flixie. Wait, how many people are in this room? Oh, this is the boot camp, is it?
Hello.
Hello, Flixie. What's up, dude?
How are you guys?
Good, man, good.
Yo, who are we talking to?
Flixie, bro. What do you mean?
Flixie.
Bro, come on, man.
Flixie.
Flixie.
Yeah?
One cent. What's geht's?
Alright, one
What's
sec.
good? What's good?
Alright, chat,
You
one
speak
sec.
German,
We fucked. I know, chat. One sec. I'm trying to figure out who it is for the pred. So the pred is...
Just send me the
Moneymaker
5K
for the
match,
pred.
yeah?
Alright, money for
Yeah,
the
no
pred.
problem.
We'll make it...
Yes, yes.
We'll make it Yanis chat. If you can't spell
Have a nice
Yanis...
day, guys.
Yeah, have a nice day, bro.
Stay Flixie. Mate, we'll
Cute,
focus,
actually.
make it focus. Scroll, make it focus then. Fuck, it's easy. You guys are playing focus anyway. Make it focus. Make it focus. FOCUS chat, focus for the V-Bar giveaway. Make it focus. It's easier.
Interesting.
Sorry, chat. Go focus. It's easier.
What? Interesting about that.
You said you would eat him up.
Oh, what?
Yo, how old is Flixie? How old are you?
Flixie's
Yeah,
18.
Okay.
That's why I put Monster to vape in.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Bro,
what the fuck, bro?
don't tell
What are
me
you
got
doing,
Flixie on
man?
the vapes, bro.
No.
That guy seems like the most innocent kid, and you got him vaping.
What are we doing, bro?
Now he's gonna get lung cancer and he's gonna
I'm
die.
gonna die over candy cotton in the air, bro.
Candy come out. Oh. I know something about cotton.
Dude, every time, bro.
What flavor you got right now? You know,
I'm not gonna say which one because
Have a guess, Savage.
Blue Raz Ice.
Watermelon.
I was about to say, so Fax always says Veno loves the watermelon flavor one, and every time his chat just thinks he's being mad fucking racist. And it's actually Veno's favorite though. Every time they just think he's being the biggest racist.
Oh, I didn't even bro that. I didn't even cook that, bro.
What did you say? Sorry, Pink was talking to me.
I was saying
Well,
every time
well.
every time people ask what's your favorite vape and Fax said it's watermelon, they think he's being mad racist, but it's actually your favorite flavor. Every time it happens, the chat just explodes.
But at the end of the day, Frankie, sometimes it's just
He's gonna congratulate you. How about?
making it in, and then you figure it out come the major
Alright, chat, 10 more
finals,
seconds.
And I think that's the
And then we'll call the focus giveaway. Sorry, chat, being the call makes it a little
They
bit
figure it
tougher.
out, Levin, for next weekend.
I need to see his leaderboard, bro. Who's got it? Let me see. Let me check leaderboard. How consistent are we looking? We've got...
Pink's in second.
Ooh, Pink's in second. Chilling. Vox, Clement, and
Thomas
Slick,
third.
bro. 162. Wheat. Moneymaker. Damn.
It's a close leaderboard.
Alright,
It's
chat, we'll
anyone's
call that,
game.
we'll call that.
Bro, it's
We'll call
close
that.
all the way to 16th. 16th
Yeah.
can qual.
This is crazy. I don't even, it's going to be... Dude, Vox, Clement, Splix definitely shocked me here. Waiting to Frizzy. Wait, who's... I feel like there's someone struggling, but I was expecting to do better. Nah, I think it was Hellfire. But yeah, I don't know. I kind of want Hellfire and Tripper to be crazy. Yeah, Shxrk. 15 Shxrk. They could still do it. Shxrk could do it, but damn, dude, what the fuck? This is going to be the closest group by far. What the hell? Yeah, Shxrk needs it, chat. Shxrk needs it.
20 points behind top 5.
Yeah. It's gonna matter. I feel like the zone pool is gonna matter so much, bro. Some of these teams do so much better with north or south pools. If it goes north, there's just no way Pink doesn't qual. Yeah. Or not just for them, I just mean for some of the other big teams. Like, if it goes north, I feel like it's guaranteed Pink. If it goes south, it's guaranteed Thomas, and then everyone else is kind of like a toss-up.
I've heard him the last 2 games go, yeah, guys, just a dojo pool this game.
Yeah, surely game 5 is a dojo pool. Come on.
Q400.
Bro, money to finals? Yeah, that was a big game, bro. 5 Elim 3rd. 5 Elim 6, too. They're not playing too bad. I swear this would be Faded's first grants. Oh, chat, let me rerun the pred. Let me put Shxrk on there. Shxrk, Trulex, and Noah. There you go, chat. I'm putting Shxrk on there. Oh, wait, I already had them on there. What am I saying? I already had them on there.
There's no way this is a real graphic.
Which one?
Look up in the group chat. Wait. There's no way this is a real graphic.
Which one is it? MSS Title 0, the Thomas HD one? Yeah, I think that was a real graphic. They were talking about all his placements and shit, but yeah, it did feel a bit weird, the Thomas HD graphic.
They're weird to him every...
Yeah, I know. Dude, have you seen what they're doing to Snazy, bro? They did a whole package on, like, mobility, and they've shown... So, at the start of every broadcast, EU and NA, they show Snazy fucking up the kneecapper and dying to 4 damage. Every time. It's so bad, bro. Like, it's genuinely so awful. Dude, Clicks is gonna be on the next week package now with his trio. Like, it's just... They're just calling people out, man. It's being crazy.
I don't know how that happened.
Dude, it was too funny, man. Higgs built the floor that killed Clicks. Yomzo's bat broke, and Higgs just fucked up. So, Clicks is the only one who has an excuse, basically. The other two just fully fucked up. Yeah, Bucky is too good. So yeah, Higgs just ran off like an idiot, but then he built a floor which caught Click. So Higgs double fucked up. And apparently Yomzo's bat ran out of durability, so he just died midair. Too good. It was like just all within 1 second of each other. The fact they came 10.
Did you see the Italians yesterday? I chopped them and they all died full damage. Same thing happening around as well.
I did. Yeah, we saw that.
I chopped them all dead full damage.
Yeah, it was like the exact same second as well. Yeah, that one felt bad. Dude, I don't want to talk shit full damage deaths, bro. Like if I go hype pro am once, I swear I'm dying to full damage. Like I don't want to like manifest it, bro.
Sometimes you actually look good. And I saw you like hitting some clips and you actually look good, and then
other times I'm just full
there's other ones where you look so fucking bad.
I know, dude. I know. It's the ink is because I don't play that much.
It's happening when you get to age, bro.
Yeah, it's age. No, but it's also age. Like lack of
I'm
playing.
feeling it already.
I just haven't. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, because we're looking similar max wise, bro. Yeah, 100%. You know. Yeah, similar age, similar max. It makes sense.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I went to 0, my mechs looked way better. I don't know what changed. I mean, I do know what changed, but
yeah,
I started playing way better. I was flying yesterday.
Yeah, it's just consistency. I just got to make sure that in endgame I'm not just like full tunnel vision. That's what I can't do, bro. Endgame, like I just don't even look at the mini map. Like my mats, I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just too much to focus on.
Yo, what is this thing you linked, bro?
Bro, it was real, bro.
No, they're just flaming him, bro. I mean, it's a crazy storyline, bro. The fact that we've had so many good Danes and none of them have ever won is just genuinely so insane.
Pink, how long till the game starts?
Because we were a little bit, at least I was a little bit concerned for
these breaks are long. I don't mind it with all the extra shit that I'm doing, but like, I think they did this so they could run sponsors and just haven't really got any sponsors because these breaks are huge.
Yeah, and look, big props to Pink there for holding it down.
I mean, surely they can get some, no? Like, this is like, right, that's something.
I don't know.
In total, how many viewers watch this? They have 15k, you have 14k, Savage has 13k.
Yeah, and YouTube as well. Like, their YouTube numbers are pretty good too, yeah.
I mean, surely it's over like 200,000 people watching.
Potentially, including other people watching it, yeah. No, I don't know, and it's super sponsor friendly too. Like there's, you know, like they keep it mad.
Yeah, sorry, I don't get how they can not have.
It just depends.
Bro, I always be saying they always be having the random ass chair sponsors.
Yeah, the chair sponsor chair company I've never heard of. Yeah, I don't know.
I've seen one sponsorship and it's some random ass chair company.
When they had the NASCAR one, which is kind of cool, but that's because that was like closely like linked to it with all the rocket racing shit.
You know, did honestly probably the best he could.
I'm super great
in that top 10 and continue in that qualifying range through consistency.
He's in Germany for
what did Reese say?
Zero pink. That's why he's feeling the
Howard 2025 and we can't hold height. Bro, I'm just gonna be nervous, you know, Reese.
Well, almost certainly in Denmark.
I've already told Pete I'm only going height if I have a grappler. I'm not risking height with shockwaves only, bro. No way. I'm dying for sure.
Sometimes slightly overextended because they look like they could be good for a victory royale to Carter, but just something's not quite clicking in the final moments.
Yeah, that's why this team hasn't won yet, actually.
Match Uppel went down, and then this one once again they start getting confident. They start hitting their shots.
No, you Aussie, we don't expect you to have minute heats. Okay, fair.
They just keep on going, and at that point, when you go against a trio like Pink's trio that just jumps right into your box, as you can see, Panzer did not last a millisecond as he got knocked down, and then Thomas and Uppel fell shortly after. But
how seriously is Pete taking the pro aim? I think he'll take it more seriously after Grands, man. After Grands, and when I'm in NA, there's not really much we can do to take it serious right now, you know?
Play this next reload with Pete.
Nah, I mean, it's just gonna be too hard with the ping, bro. It's not even worth it. I think.
So no seeing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm getting to NA like a week out, and then if P wants to play anything at that point, I'll probably just run some like customs with pros for like prize money and shit, and just like use that as practice, you know? I'm just gonna do that here in OCE, pick up like Danath or one of the OCE boys, and just like run against pros just so I can play stacked end games. Because tournament's also just way too late for me on OCE.
I'm sure they wouldn't say so just because
they're in LA, Bucky.
Yeah, it's Bucky. USC. I don't like LA, man, but I'm just gonna spend the whole time at the player area. Do you like LA, Benno? You haven't been. You might have fun with it because you'll like go out and do stuff, man. But I feel like I'm just too old for LA, and then it's just I don't know. I just don't like it.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's that much to do there.
Yeah, not too much.
Also, I'm not 21, so.
Oh, true. You're actually right. I didn't think about that. I don't know, Bucky. I don't get it, bro. There's so many beautiful spots in the US. LA is just like not it for me. And the tax too.
I was 21. If I was 21, you wouldn't see me leaving a bar.
Dude, so Reddish is very happy that you're not 21. Dude, we'll see.
Incredibly strong as well. The main thing I want to point out is they're all very close to that qualifying threshold. I mean,
this is nice. California's beautiful. Like Northern Cali is stunning. I just don't like LA.
To make it happen.
Levin's got his exit shot.
He does, bro.
5 names. There's so many different ones.
Looking good, actually. I like it. It's kind of low key.
Comes down to what they do now, Frankie.
I mean, we haven't even got around to mentioning
Miami, but I haven't been to Miami, so I can't judge Miami.
And Frizzy as well, because for me, they have been not quiet.
Bro, I can't believe money almost qualled there.
The performance from them that we're seeing tonight, like I know they're good for it, but they've been especially good tonight to Carter.
Yeah, I mean, they started off quite strong.
San Diego's nice. I like San Diego, yeah.
Looking like they were gonna make a repeat.
That's pay
San Diego for dream pack.
Yeah, San Diego's nice, right in the water.
18th place, 0
do you have to pay Cali tax on your pro winnings? Nah, you pay tax back home, not where you are, man.
Go to Orange County.
Yeah, Orange County's nice. Orange County's just like mad expensive. Everyone's a bit snobby though, but it's like nice area. But nah, Northern Cali's where it's at, bro, for sure. Like Lake Tahoe area, like Yosemite and shit is just like so beautiful.
Do you think that this top 10 is going to remain as is at the end of Game 5?
Mostly.
10 minutes in between games is so long. Yeah, if you dud the game on spawn and you're just sitting around for like 40 minutes, bro, it's got to kill the vibe so hard.
That is so bad.
Dude,
that's
this
literally
break
the
is
worst
so
thing
long.
about being Konged.
Dude, this break is way too long on top of being like dying on spawn. It'd just be brutal. Just sitting there staring at your screen. Did you hear Queasy ask the Pro-Am chat if we're going to have our Spotify on the computers? Otherwise, we're going to have to fucking buy the jam tracks. You guys, I can't believe you guys were jamming out to fucking... Bro, you guys were jamming out to jam tracks at fucking Globals. That's too funny.
I actually didn't do that, bro. I should have done that.
Yeah, dude, you gotta start buying the good jam tracks
in 2023.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe? I don't know. When did Festival come out, chat? Did they have jam tracks at the Globals before last?
Yeah, it's so difficult. It's unrelenting. I mean, you got to qualify all the way from opens to a
I don't know how it's going to work with the streaming too as well, because we're streaming it, but like we're not reading chat, so it's going to like it's going to feel a bit weird on that level too. Are they letting you stream in Savage? Have you talked to me about it?
I think anyone can stream now.
No, because they told you about streaming Pro-Am, or anyone can stream it. It's just you just tell them if you want to stream or not.
I think you just tell them.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean, I was just assuming that you're going to be able to stream any, like.
Yeah, I just didn't know because the creators.
At least half the people are streaming from there, no? So,
yeah, well, because I got told I have to stream, so I don't know if the pros were told like they can or they can't or they have to. Okay, so creators have to, and then the pros can, I guess, if they want to.
Continue
to prove itself a difficult task. Much love, brother.
I mean,
yeah, why wouldn't you? For you, it makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
I don't know why Savage isn't down as a content creator. So weird.
Oh, bro, what the fuck? Come on, man. Give me a chance, dude.
That would have been so clean.
Dude, I'm gonna go up against Lacey and shit already. Chill, like.
It would have been Savage. It would have been Savage and Drake.
Aggressive in those moments, but.
I don't think they tried to really balance the teams. I got told they were gonna like balance teams and shit. Don't think they did.
What? Why did I hear they were gonna balance teams? And then I see Clicks and Lacy playing together, Stable Ronaldo and Canada.
Yeah,
and then Mongrel's got Ali A. Like, no offense to Mongrel and Ali A, but like, bro, that is not fair teams compared to the other one, bro.
What I said was it? I said you should just spin a wheel, first way compete. Don't try and set up team.
Just spin
like
the wheel.
Double British. Oh, bro.
To be fair, yo, shout out Mongrel and Ali for not complaining and handling like champs as well. Like they know then, like they know their team doesn't make any sense and they're just going with it and having some fun. That's like fucking big
Aussie,
W's.
do you think there will be any big upsets on
Like the wheel thing just would have been 100% the best.
Just spin the wheel on the day, like do it before the event. Just zero practice, zero drop spot, just rock up and start playing.
Oh, that would have been so bad.
That would be
Spin the wheel, bro.
That would be terrible.
At least these teams are kind of like fun teams, though. You got Queasy, the guy that swears the most with Nick 30.
Dude, they had to do that deliberately.
And Mongrel. Clicks and Lacy, good friends. Me, Lachlan, good friends.
Should be good. I got Peterbot, you know, because they made sure that like he got the shittiest creator. I don't know when they're like, I was like happy that Pete wasn't pissed though. I was just like, I messaged Pete. I was kind of waiting for him to be like, ah shit, but he was like, yeah, I thought I was getting Ali A, so I'm stoked. I was like, ah, cool, sweet. All right, awesome. I was like, I'll take it.
So good off spawn. They haven't had
you're saying you're bad, but like, bro, I see these clips, bro. I'm still got it.
Yeah, but like this, like Venom said, bro, it's the consistency, man. I'm not doing that shit on Pro-Am. Like, I'm doing that in like a reload against like pubs kids. I'm not gonna try and pull that shit out of Pro-Am. But I'm literally just gonna sit back and spray for Pete constantly, and I just have to not die in game. That's it. That's I'm not the worst creator. I'm not trying to say I am, but people, bro, the amount of people putting us in their like top 3, I'm like, bro, there's just no universe where you think me and Pete. I know Pete's Pete, but like me and Pete's better than Clicks and Lacy. Like, come on, bro. Like, what are we doing?
A bit of a fight right now. Rabbit there on the other side does go down. So
what is this reply, bro?
The advantageous position right now. Not too sure where Rabbit's teammates actually were. But
underestimating Pete. I don't think I am underestimating Pete. I feel like you guys are underestimating some of the other pros and their creators as well. It'll be fun though. I'm excited.
What did you think of the way I was sitting, Savage?
Wait, you were sitting? Wait, what?
You don't see that?
Oh yeah, that one. I just couldn't care, man.
No, I mean, not gonna lie, like, it is, if you go and look at, for example, there's aiming coaches who tell you the best way to sit, and the way I'm sitting is one of the best ways.
Really? There's aiming coaches have sitting postures, bro? You guys got aiming sitting postures?
It's not the most optimal. Okay, maybe not cross-legged, it was cold, that's not cross-legged. But I sit up with my feet, like, on the chair. You get what I mean? Like, when you're in school.
You got your feet up on the chair? Like Kurama style? I saw a photo of Kurama recently doing that. Bro, that's crazy. Oh, crossed on the chair. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Doing like some yoga shit, bro. Yeah, you're doing some yoga shit.
And then what's it, the way my arms are, that's the most optimal play. Everything's straight. That's you fuck your hands up, doing like slanted. You know what I mean? Like with the keyboard and shit.
Half the time I sit, I do like one leg across my other one. Like, I don't know, chat. Like, I do like these ones.
So they're just throwing everything at it right now to try and get a win, because ultimately
that's most comfortable for me.
It's only saving grace that they might have.
Money down.
Moneymaker's supposed to be the
lookout.
He's the one that's surge based up, and yet the Spanish trio just no problem whatsoever. Catch him completely off guard. Chop down his surge
this could be bad.
And now
Did money sell?
Waiting. Couple of shots in. On Scary Sean.
Do they have Cram
right
they have, yeah.
And this
is the team. This team's been going Lone Wolf, though. Yeah, this team's been going Lone Wolf, so.
Yeah. They have max gold, they can buy.
Yeah, Faded Pigeon, let's go! The guy killed Mongrel, that's why right there.
At least for right now, Scary Sean, Joanne.
Is it a 2v2 here?
2v2, yeah, 2v2. To be fair, this team's decent at fighting, though. Scary Sean and Joni. Bro, the Spaniards just run at people, man. That's all they do.
Shit on being off spawn.
Oh, Faded actually shit on him, though. What the fuck? Yo, Pigeon shit on Godaddy.
Oh, wait, they killed the other guy as well.
Oh, wait, they got him too. Yo, Pigeon's crazy.
Another replay, bro.
Got Scary Sean, yeah. Replay after the replay. Yo, Pigeon. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we actually are going to get a replay. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, Finay was also getting him too. It was a 2v1, basically. Nice. Oh, what the fuck is this?
Look at that team sneaking.
Oh.
Get Moneymaker back involved. You would like to think
that they're going to have a
solid end game.
Damn.
Is now up towards a flooded front.
Would you say that?
Bro, you've been hanging out with Facts way too much, bro.
I didn't get to respond to you.
Sort of camping, waiting below. They have been spotted, so they're not completely
Being
anonymous.
mean to me.
Big mean.
Neither team, any team.
No,
can really
we know
get
playing the
away because
victim card.
They know what's lurking. They know who's going to be.
Am I being mean to you? Yeah,
I'm that nigga, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You can't say anything else, Savage.
Not really.
No comeback, bro. You got beat.
What's he gonna call me back, nigga?
I'd hope not.
It's a win and you're in situation that's required. Let's see what happens.
Hellfire. Oh my god. What the fuck?
What was that shot? What was that replay? No way we just... Dude, some of the replays they've been pulling out just to like highlight people's whiffs have been crazy.
Money maker, this is the punishment.
Money dies again. No, wait, they're gonna get the res. They're gonna get the res. He went straight down into the box, surely. Yeah, no res, no res. We're chilling, we're chilling. Money's up, baby, money's up.
Sound the alarm for everybody in the area. Diesel Lynx, they're certainly trying to pounce upon the opportunity. Moneymaker.
Wait, Bucky, you're controlling the pass?
Double revive though. So it is a fully intact trio that can continue to try and scrape by there at Crime City. But they know that there are other teams lurking and hoping that they
Bucky,
I don't think... I think Bucky's as wide as me, bro. I don't know about that.
Hellfire and Srapped are down for Julius Strike and Mydra. These guys also need a solid performance here. They need a big game. Trip and down.
Bro, flooded spawn fights are so grief.
If that's the full trio down, which I believe it is, Tripping for the second season in a row is going to
have to I like final spawn that flooded.
I think it's because I think the toilets kind of make it annoying too, though. The teams can just run and stall it out if they want to. That's what's happened when Reet was trying to fight it.
Disappointment there for that trio, and I'm sure they would have wanted better. They would have expected better out of themselves, considering the experience of them. But it's tough for them now. They've got to try and make it happen there in the LCQ.
It's always heartbreaking whenever you see.
Me and Nick could have run down Pro Am. That's you right.
You laser that you Ben Max? Wait, it was tier 3 for 6 months.
I would have shown him words he's never heard before.
Tier 3 for 6 months ahead. I appreciate you, homie. Thank you so much, bro. The Olimus, Grady, Dank, Quinton, Zephyr, Cleany, Gorilla Glue. Nice name. Projix, Pie. You get Cruxlow, Riptides, Ollie, Dionysus, Swede, Vinny, Crispy, Boda, Misty, Frank. Thank you for subs, chat. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at keeping up with subs when I'm in calls. Thank you, guys. Yeah, Nick and Queasy is going to be very interesting. Do you think there's any chance Queasy doesn't swear the whole tournament? I know.
I hope so.
There's just no way he doesn't. Like, even if he tries, there's just no way he doesn't.
He'll get tagged and be like, fucking retard.
Yeah, and then it's just, Nick's going to be,
exactly that.
It's just, no, like, surely Epic's trolling with that, bro. Like,
hey,
there's
man,
just no way.
Can we chill?
Whoa! Family friendly. It's going to be, I don't know, man.
Down, out. Having to watch.
This drum gun's so crazy, bro.
It's nuts. Hey, Venno was. Hey, you're the one telling me Venno in the first day he got at it. Everyone was like, "Yeah, it sucks at range," and you were like, "I don't know." And now I'm seeing it. I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah, this thing is good at range."
I mean, I remember I showed you the video. It's so good.
It's good at range, man.
I'm having 8 grams.
Oh,
almost can catch the stick.
He's conning everyone, are you?
Lone Wolf Lair skirmish hasn't necessarily.
Bro, stop saying you're gonna put your dick inside every pro, bro.
Lots of teams sort of around this area.
I go to.
You're making only fight for this point.
Angles here, this trio. They're trying to find an opportunity.
I'll do one with you if you want.
Oh, chill.
These guys are in a
position.
Okus
is disgusting with that shit, Bucky. I have no idea how Okus hitting shots like that on controller, man.
Right now, inside of that top 5.
No way Okus is holding that.
He is actually, yeah, he is, man. He had like, it was like one of the only times I've seen a controller play near top damage. It was crazy.
Oh, to be fair, I can understand giving it the worst, giving the worst surge aim at the best weapon.
Yo, chilling Okus, bro. He was hitting his fucking shots, man. Bucky's got a good surge aim,
He's on controller. Yeah, I know. I'm saying he's on controller. It's harder for him.
They deserve to be there. That's why they're just being a little.
You know he has 3 times the highest controller player's pro ADS sense? Wait, what? So you're telling me Okus' default controller, no paddle, no claw, and fucking like ridiculously high scope sense? What?
Neck and neck. Scooten hits a huge shot.
He had 6,000 damage with it yesterday. Damn. 5 games. Wait, that wasn't even 5 games either. Oh yeah, 5 games, yeah.
Close range engagement that means so much here, Taco.
But almost as quickly as Gutenbreen tried to barge open the door.
I mean, he played COD before.
Come on, Gutenbot, come on.
This team has largely held their own throughout the course of today.
Come on, Kim.
Wait, you're going for Kim, are you?
He's got to close in. Kim
This team's mad underrated, bro. They were up there. They've slipped off, unfortunately, the last couple of games.
Kim with a big shot.
Kim. Pretty sure Kim's cheating.
Kim's Frenchie, right?
Oh wait, yeah, that's. Oh, bro, no, fuck him. That's the guy that killed the deal in the scrimmage yesterday. He's 100% cheating.
We switched up real quick.
As we did say that, he did one nice.
I didn't realize.
He did just shit on someone the second you started gassing him up, yeah.
Bro, I'm sure that kid's cheating.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Damn. I don't know, man. I just gotta wait until Epic bans someone. I can't, like, I was telling my chat, bro, like, fucking, I've lived through Reed, Teeny, Peterbot, like, bro. I can't trust when people say someone's cheating.
Yeah, it's just the experience.
Yeah, but those boys were Zenit.
Mappy's team, they have got that little bit
He
more
was not
experience.
Zenit, bro. What are you talking?
You said I didn't hear you say Peter.
Oh, and Chaff as well. Like, there's been just so many pros who've like on the come up, and everyone's like, bro, they're cheating, guys, they're cheating. Stop gassing them up. And I'm like, bro, I just have to wait. Like, I can't. Until Epic bans them, I can't do anything, man.
Theory, bro. They all cheat and then they get good teammates and they stop cheating.
W strat.
For grand major 2 finals in this instance, there is.
Oh shit, Pink's getting loud. Pink's getting loud.
They're waiting to pounce. They're waiting for an opportunity.
Your Mappy's is pretty good.
Oh, it's so quiet. I don't even know it's near.
Mappy and his team are just able to refarm some of these buildings, some of the materials in here. Maybe get some of the.
We're getting lightning bolts whilst we're playing. During game 3.
Oh, like it's
an end game. Yeah, it's during end game and lightning bolts were outside the window and I fucking shit myself.
And there's just 2 teams.
So wait, what? So your boot camp, what's your ping back home? Isn't it like 15?
My ping's 20 to Frankfurt. Okay, here I'm playing on 5.
Yeah, not bad. Did you notice that? 20 to 5, you can tell?
Oh my god, bro, I was flying yesterday, it's so good.
How much do you think that's placebo, just because you feel like you're on 0 pings, so you feel like you're moving?
No. I can genuinely feel it. Also, I'm playing on different PC.
Yeah, okay.
My PC at home is kind of falling apart.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I can't judge. I'm too slow, so I can't judge.
But it looked like it would have been a little bit more promising here for
the difference, like, especially when you have like a really good PC and low delay.
Yeah.
Like,
really,
that's
Bucky?
actually true what Bucky said.
That's crazy. No way.
Maybe not 60, but like 50. Yeah.
50 to 20. So 50 to 20 doesn't feel as good as 20 to 0.
The only difference between 50 and 20 is that you get more wall. You play the game in this. Like, for example, you see Shxrk on 30 doing all the his pieces like as good as someone who's on like 10, 15 ping, right?
Sure, but he doesn't get the wall.
Yeah.
Well, guys, since we're talking about ping, let me tell you about Lagster.
What the fuck is Lagster?
Yeah, what the fuck is?
I'm glad you asked.
Is it like a competitor to another brand that does something similar? I won't mention in case you're sponsored.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
But this one's better.
Okay, cool.
Can you explain to me how it's better?
I'll take a look.
It's got Microsoft servers, access to Microsoft servers, which are the best servers in the world. And its routing is very good, and it's also cheap.
I got a question. If Microsoft servers are the best in the world, why did Fortnite use it at Amazon servers?
Look at the names, look at the talent. Trulex leading the way.
Fortnite servers are ash.
Why would you not want this player on your team? You know,
you win this one.
Doing very well at LAN as well and leading the way.
Honestly, how knowledgeable he is.
You guys 5%.
He's a full co-owner. He knows everything.
Nah, I've been sponsored by Exalag, but I'm down to like try other companies. You know what I mean? It's kind of like whichever one's the best, I'm happy to use. I'm not like loyal to anyone. You know what I mean?
I
guess Aussie's feeling for a sponsorship.
No, I mean I literally just did a sponsorship for Exalag recently. I'm guessing they wouldn't. I think they usually brands like
that. Is that like a long-term thing or like a one-time campaign thing?
I've done a couple for them just because I've used Exalag for like 4 years. You know what I mean? Like they just.
Okay.
I think a lot of the Fortnite companies, they do like couple offs. For example, like Fact, for example, with Rivox right now, he's doing like he has streams, not like actual sponsored.
Yeah.
As they call it, so not just take shots when they're all fighting. And
he's so bad at playing by himself. He needs to play with him.
He's too slow.
1. Oh my god, they missed the beam because this guy was crouch walking.
Yeah, they're not going to get the opportunity.
Dude, do you guys wish they got rid of visual audio?
No. I think they're gonna get that.
I feel like Venom, you're the biggest rap, bro. Wouldn't you love that shit, man? You can pull off so many more rap plays.
I'd also get loved way more.
Yeah, true. I don't know. I like it because again, like the audio in this game is just so ass. But man, I just wish we get some more lurk plays going again.
The thing with visual audio, right, is that people would be more aware, right? People are less aware because they have visual audio.
That's true, actually. Yeah, they kind of rely on it more. Yeah, that's true. That's fair.
So like, if you know how to abuse it, for example, if you move left, if you move, if you don't walk in a straight line with W, you'll give visual audio.
Wait,
so when you're sneaking on people, so for example, if you're pressing A, you give visual audio.
Really?
I mean, like going left rather than holding W. Yeah, that's what used to be. It's also with the sound. So back in the day when there's no visual audio, when you would walk up to people, like crouch up to their wall, if you went sideways rather than forward, you'd make a sound, like a movement. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's cool. Okay.
And that was just a quick collapse.
Yeah, Venom's whispering because he's boot camp with Pink, so Pink's playing. Pink's playing.
And now they're going to be able
And you touch grass?
Yeah.
slightly more confidently
Why do you fuck
push
with
through into that next edge zone.
You don't fuck with me no more, I guess.
I'm just trolling, bro. It's my turn to rage bait now, no?
Well, I love you so much. You're always my number one guy.
Oh, thank you.
Is that how rage bait works? Take turns, isn't it? I've never actually figured this shit out, but I'm too old for it.
No, I just play the victim.
Nice. It's always the best way.
Yeah, absolutely huge for them. It's needed. You need all the help you can get in these lobbies.
Savage knows I've always been the number one fan. Remember Savage and Motor sent you a snap immediately saying I'm your number one fan.
Such an important moment for.
Have you got any like?
All of these,
have you ever like checked like other pros' first DMs in your chat, Savage? That's the funniest shit, I swear. Especially because you've been around for so young.
I had a DM with Tayson.
Oh yeah.
I had a DM with Tayson. He DM'd me in 2018 and said it was a sex bomb. That was way before anyone knew who Tayson was, bro.
I feel like that's so not Tayson too. Like there's no way that was Tayson, bro.
Making their way off their surge.
Bro, I've got some horrible
DMs. Two mongrels?
He sent me a picture of my face and called me a sex bomb.
Yeah.
Nice. That's not too bad.
I was like, I'm like 13. And I'm typing in Mongrel's chat. Mongrel had sex with like a 15-year-old boy.
What the fuck?
I don't know what I was writing.
This is why I gotta try and tell myself.
I was like 13 and writing that.
Bro, when kids just say dumb shit in my chats, I gotta remind myself. Like it's just a lot of them are literally just 13, and you just are dumb as fuck. Like it's that simple. Like you just don't know what's like what you can and can't say yet.
A little bit further north than you, and Thomas.
Interesting.
Seems like he could
wait, was that me, Reese Hub?
For a little bit more of an even-footed exchange here. Just gonna cut off.
No, Savage's first DM. Oh yeah, he said, wait, that's Aussie.
Damn, I was gassed. I stand by that shit though.
Thomas's team seemingly have the
Yo, Pans are looking so stacked, bro.
Yeah, Pans looking real stacked. Not a super south zone, but this is close enough. He should be chilling here. This could be a good zone for Pink too, right? Yeah, Nebs and Kira up on the mount looking good. Let's go, Pink.
Savage, can you check quiet? First message in your chat.
Takes so long if they send a lot of messages.
Rather excellently. It's really strong position.
No said a lot of words in my chat, probably.
On this mountain span in Brutal Boxcars.
Yeah,
I think it'd be so fan. Be so fanny.
You think it'd be a full fanboy message?
Not necessarily an indication of the amount of damage that they have done, but comparatively to the rest of the lobby, they are above, which is great. As,
nice. I'm hearing Pink gas. I'm hearing Pink gas. Come on.
Lynx's trio, they need to get right involved.
Pans is laying the fields, chat. This is game 5.
600 messages, damn.
Damn.
There we go. He found the first message. Saw your video yesterday.
Saw your video yesterday. Saw your video yesterday. Duos with Mongrel, bro. You're insane. I'm just as good. Cough. Bro, what is this corny ass message, bro? Saw your video yesterday. I'm just as good. Cough. Just follow you. We'll sub next December 3rd.
Damn. Yes. We were trying to get subs for followers. Hell yeah. 2018. How old were you then, Venom?
Just to deal
is it snipes or do we just get to squad with you? I'd love the opportunity to kill you.
Venom was full fan.
Important from them, but from a bit of a rocky start for this team, they're really finding.
Let me look at what that was.
Chat, no, chat. Flix is talking to Venom. He's not egoing me. Wait, what? Chat, I'm not in a group chat with Flix. I think he's trying to talk to Venom.
Proved to be so easy.
What? I wasn't reading. I looked at group chat.
Like what we saw just moments ago.
Thoughts on Symphony joining NRG? Wow.
We're just fishing for responses, dude. Didn't acknowledge my man. Come on.
How many times do you have to check my sensitivity? God damn.
I was playing high sense back in the day. That's probably why.
Yeah, there's some good teams here. Really all close. This is gonna be such a close top 5 on the consistency. Holy shit. Come on, Pink. Come on, Pink.
I was 13 years old when I sent that message.
Yeah, fair. Okay, yeah. I would be saying dumb shit at 13, but there's no record of it, thank God.
Still trying to build overhead though, where Callum's team is currently boxed up at. Not completely sold though on them wanting to take
I had some corny ass messages right then, bro.
I'm gonna watch.
Pink just got 102. Come on.
Come on. Oh my god, Pink's doing 102. That's without the delay as well. Yeah, that's without the delay. So. And takes down Rabbit. Nice. Okay, there was internet when I was 13, Chad. Chill the fuck out. It just wasn't really good. It was dial-up, okay?
I need to make more use of that. As you can see all that congestion in the sort of bottom right side of the screen.
Oh, here we go.
Thomas HD.
Beams with the drummy.
On a replay.
Nice.
I don't know what it's going to be, but I can have a good guess. It's probably going to be Thomas HD absolutely beaming.
Okay, no, actually that was...
Yet again.
No, we're not beaming. I'm not going to lie. There we go. That's actually bad aim out of Thomas. Top by Thomas standards.
The damage. We saw the quick stat earlier, and I think that mythic drum gun's got to have a part to play in that.
Oh, Toos on the higher ground. Wait, Toos could steal this one. It's an early height, but it's a mountain height. Oh no, it's pulling off the mountain. Never mind.
True Lights, No Rally, and Shxrk. They've still got a lot to do. They still
130 points. They need a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know what qual's going to be. It's like real close at the top.
5. A win would do it as well, of course. There's so much on the line for all these teams in the lobby right now.
Look, I'm with the desk. It's hard not to want to.
What's it going to be? Is it even going to be 170? It's not even going to be like 170, I don't think.
When they are a team that's definitely been held to a pretty high standard this season.
Love the streams.
Why is that low?
Less than 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
On the high ground.
But I mean, like, if you look at it, like, it's just... It's really close. Like, 10th was 146, and 16th, like, 17th was 114. Like, it's actually so close. It's got to be at least 180. I guess so. I've never seen a group this close, I swear.
Continue trying to build overhead. Might be a little bit more than what they were bargaining for, though. Dropping straight onto Toos' team, essentially.
Okay, he needs this. 1 AR bullet. Make it count, son. Come on.
Oh, might just lose his head.
Damn.
Toos gonna be the first one, though, to fall incredibly low here. And Valkyrie still trying to see if he can break into the box, but recognizes he's got the advantage. He wants to get the
Dude, last chance is just going to be absolute cheater fest. I only just thought about that. It's open to Div 3 and Div 2. That's going to be so brutal.
Toos just 1 HP.
Oh, Mappy's going up for it. Mappy could win off this.
Goes down there, it's Atom.
Mappy loves his high grounds.
Does go down inside of that area.
Paul's like 190. No way it's going to go up to 190.
Not looking so good.
Surely not. Maybe it will. I don't know. I guess so.
You need to be careful.
It's really hard to predict.
Go around the rest of this game. As Valkyrie goes down to Kira.
I guess, yeah, because it was so close. Everyone had decent points. There's at least going to be a few that pop off.
Really solidifying themselves inside of that top 5 consistency, but the job's not done yet. They still need to make their way through this end game. And look who's up on high. It's Guden, it's Rakuzan, it's Mappy, all the way up there, spraying on down, looking like they are on top.
Oh, Thomas.
Yet again,
bro.
we're seeing it so much.
Dude, maybe Venom does have to take this off him, bro. Holy shit.
Bro, you can just see through everything,
I
bro.
know.
You can just spray.
You just lock on them. You can do it through walls too. You spray down the top and you can literally track them through walls. It's nuts.
Damage just having already been done.
Yeah, giving that to Thomas is just not fair.
Oh,
they're getting ramped on. Oh, Callum slipped.
I think Thomas are looking up. Oh my god.
Oh my god, bro. What the fuck? Dude, it's just a Thomas HD highlight reel, man. Yeah, 10 builds. They're chopping though. This could be good refresh. They get the chop. They get the refresh off it. Nah, they get the chop off.
They'll be more than happy to have the confirmation of the high ground.
They get the res. They got the res on a Mappy. Mappy's back up. What the fuck? The way they've resed Mappy there.
We had amendments and res them in there.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh,
now we're in the top. No, it's not money. No, not money maker. Come on, money. No. That could have griefed money.
And for 9, they were just so fixated on all of the foot traffic in front of them.
They can still do it, but damn. So who's up? So is it money for 9 and we lost Faded? Yeah.
He's doing what he does best. There's a whole new team.
He's looking good.
Right now, it's Phalanx, as dark as it's Ardy. They've now decided to take
control. Oh, Thomas!
He gets inside of the box on low, gets eliminated, taken out.
Was this enough? Wait, how many points are they on? 180. Wait, no, they need more. Upper has a solo clutch. Wait, what?
Oh, surely they have more than that. What?
There has to be a bug, no?
They had 7 kills or something.
There has to be a bug.
How many points were they on?
They said 180 just then for Upple, but there's no way.
Did they die? Did Upple die?
I think Apple's solo. I can't see him though. Wait, did they die? They did. Oh shit.
It's more points than that.
Okay. I was about to say that had to be a bug. Hero solo clutch in 198. That should be good. 198 should do it.
meets his
Oh, Ilusha.
Still low ground.
Scrambling.
Yeah.
Moneymaker goes down
no.
low.
Wait. Oh, Ilusha didn't qual, I don't think.
For long. He's taken out of the count here.
Wait, Noah Trulex though. Or Shxrk. Trulex goes down again. Come on. They have to win basically, right? I think maybe a top 2 might do it.
Backside of zone, that was absolutely perfect.
The double chug jug.
Back down to the lobby. They're gonna have to play the heal off though there, just while they can. But look,
Yo,
who's up
Artie's
high.
gonna
The
clutch
team
it
that
maybe.
Stayed up here for so long. Ever since they took it, they
Oh,
haven't
so
been
stacked.
contested. Everyone else
Goes
has
back
been
down
battling
for
on
Shxrk enough.
Scott also needs his top 2, I think, to qual.
Yeah, that pull down is big for Shxrk though. All 3 of these teams need this. 2v2 on low. Oh, Shxrk versus Refsguard.
Huge fights, massive implications as Shxrk hits a huge shot onto Refsguard, takes him out fully as
Oh,
well.
Nas is getting double sprayed. Shxrk and
Noah
Noah might have done it. How many points do they have?
Dynamic duo doing it all on low ground.
181.
They can win this, honestly. If any team could win this here, come on, Noah.
181's bugged as well, by the way.
Okay. He's got 0 builds, though.
But he's gonna win this, bro.
Shxrk's up. Come on, Shxrk. Come on, Shxrk.
It's him against Shxrk, and Shxrk doesn't have any
Alright,
shield
he's
to
1
work with. No, Riley.
Dude, they're making it fight for it, though.
Noah's-
Holy
Noah's
shit.
doing damage,
Bro,
bro.
Noah's putting in work. Oh.
These boys are nervous, bro.
Oh my god, we're whiffing.
These guys are joking so hard,
Yeah,
bro.
well, we're all whiffing like crazy.
And that could be the demise here for Shxrk.
Alright, he goes down, though.
It's all up to Shxrk.
And Shxrk goes down.
Damn, we were nervous.
He brings down the dynamic.
Are we checking leaderboard or are we waiting? Did you check leaderboard, Savage?
I'm gonna deafen and I'm gonna check the leaderboard.
Alright, deal.
As far as Trulex's team is concerned.
Alright, what we got, chat? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
Teams upsurging.
What do we got? Alright, chat, for the 1 sec, okay, let me do this real quick because then you guys are gonna spam out the fucking giveaway. So it's Shxrk for the giveaway. Perfect. Alright, cool. Let me do that. Alright, chat, if you guys just type the word Shxrk with an X though, chat, you gotta type it right. It was Shxrk for the giveaway and for the prediction. Alright, let's see if they qualled though. So with an X, chat, with an X. Oh, wait. Wait. Money, Pink, Shxrk, Thomas, Zhu. Nice. That's a good ass top 10, but no Refsguard. No Wheat though. Alright, so my call on Wheat was bad. That was my only top 5 call that was wrong. Moneymaker did it, bro. Moneymaker. The most consistent team on the day, bro. Moneymaker, Fnayan, and Faded. The most consistent trio in EU in this group. So we had Vidil, Fastroki, Artie, Pix, and Akira win it. Then we had Money, Pink, Shxrk, Thomas, and Zhu come top 10. Damn, look at that leaderboard. 202, 204, 205, 207, 208. Holy shit. This was a close group. Damn. Oh my god.
Or not, Trulex's team was able to do just enough at the end there. Shxrk
So chat, you guys want some V-Bucks? Type the word Shxrk in chat. SHXRK.
So unlucky that it came up short, but again, have to give credit where it's due. Big kudos to Artie, Felix, and
damn, that was a rough one, man.
Final Victor Royale. That's gonna wrap up Group 3 for us here today, though, Mini Miner. It's been an absolute pleasure. But now we got to find out what happens next with our teams on the leaderboard.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was a
Taco
close
and
group.
Mini Miner. Fantastic hearing you guys commentating all the group stage action. Now, there is a very tense wait for all of our
Alright, 10 more seconds, chat. We'll call the Shxrk giveaway. We're going to be doing 5 of these after NA as well.
Because we need to find out if the likes of Noah, Trulex, and
Have a
Shxrk
great
have done
day.
enough to actually make it. But while we wait for that leaderboard, let's talk about what went down at the end of that game, because that was a true nail-bite 11.
Yeah, Felix.
Alright, we'll call their chat. Thank you for everything.
3 names who have been
Bro,
around
Refsguard
the EU
just
for
misses out
quite
again.
some time. And like the
11 2 seasons in a row is brutal.
They needed that one. They
Wow.
were way
Wow.
down there in the leaderboard.
Dude,
My
Bre-
teammate Refsguard. Oh,
I know,
man.
bro. 11
Consistency.
2 seasons in a
It
row
was
is
a
just
win.
so brutal.
Oh, yeah,
Wait, actually,
Yeah, that's the second season, 11th now, man. I know, it feels bad, bro.
And he managed to do it against a very, very tough.
I got 11th last season too, but, you know.
I have just seen again, this could be very wrong, Kira conning Savage.
Just the magic of that moment. You
You might want to
bro.
look at Akira's Twitter, broski. I don't know if you care or not, but
I had that same thought. I
Me
was
and
like,
this
it's
feature,
Prime
give me a
Noah
shot.
about to
Okay,
show
yeah,
up
yeah.
and just 1v3 these guys alongside
Akira has
Shxrk,
tweeted
maybe
out,
even
yeah, he's
get
going
it done.
mountains,
But I
but-
mean, still, congratulations to them. It's what you love about the group
going
stage.
grands,
Anything
going
can
here in
happen.
grands,
Give me a
12 out of
break,
12
bro.
won't
25th
dip.
spot, as Mini Miner
Going here in
mentioned,
grands,
going
12 out of
into
12
that
won't
match,
dip.
end
They're
up
not
qualifying
dipping,
just by
bro.
getting the VR,
You're getting
so
con
happy
12
to
out of
see
12,
them
bro.
in the major finals.
Definitely, and let's
Damn.
actually find out,
Well,
or at
nothing
least
new.
remind ourselves.
Dude, yeah, what?
Nothing new, bro.
Dude, that's what I mean. What the fuck? I don't understand, bro. Like, what is happening? I don't know. Genuinely, like, did you like? What have you done? Do you like sneak DM all these pros and like shit talk or something? I don't get it.
And
like they don't fuck with you. It's crazy.
That's right. Never.
Oh, he deleted. He deleted. He deleted. You might be alright. I mean, we know you're not leaving anyway, but still, like it's just annoying, you know? Yeah, they deleted. Alright, you might be okay.
Yeah, no, it was a great start for these guys. They came through.
Bro, especially the Frenchies. I keep saying this, bro. A lot of the Frenchies get a lot of hate in the Fortnite EU scene. I'm not like that. I literally don't know French people, so there's no like bias in this. I just, for the French community, bro, you guys have got to stop like conning good teams. Like even if you go shitty splits, unconscious, we need to develop some good ass French players, man. I want to see some French teams in the top 5 again. It's been so long. I'm not even trying to hate.
Use your primes.
You're right, Levin. I can't hold myself
True.
back.
Like this, I don't know. But then again, there's only so many drops. Like I feel for pros too, but I don't think that's the play.
But the thing is, you gotta work your way up the rank.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you kind of got to get some.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
You gotta land that more summy spots.
Yeah.
Get more placements.
Yep.
Like develop more respect.
Yep.
And then when you have more respect, then you can start claiming pros. When you have more placements to back up your name,
yeah, it's fair.
then you
Yeah.
start claiming better kings.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's fair. There's a lot of politics to it, but yeah, that's kind of like the basics of the drop claiming and stuff. Because you're not like, and then if you're conning, it's just I agree. It's just for the practice too. It's so much better practice to drop in a shit split and still have to try and get your surge position, rotate, like just straight 50-50 is just not good practice.
When you're uncon, surge is everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. But when you're playing grands and you're conning something for no reason, you're getting like 600-700 damage off spawn.
Yeah.
Which makes it basically making you not practice the whole point of the game.
Yeah,
surge.
true. Yeah.
I don't think they're there yet, and I don't want to, put them in a battle. It's almost like, like when you
even the French agree with each other right now. Yeah, I don't know.
You can handle them. You're like, oh,
it's because again, there's not that many T1. There's not like phenomenal French teams, so they can't. None of them claiming drops, but yeah, they just like contesting a lot, which is just it's rough.
Especially considering some of those other teams who have already qualified might be.
Dude, that was a stacked group though, man. Like 5 points separating the teams that qualified. Holy shit.
Yeah, like Savage just
that was close.
8th on EU, right? That's really great performance. And
Yo, Levin's gassing you up.
Caliber player to be pushing up into top 5s. They did it so many times last year.
Well, they'll be returning to show us what they're made of next weekend. But right now, we need to find out who's going to be joining them because the top 5 consistency trios, we're ready to see it. Here we go. Who made it through? We're pretty sure Thomas made it through because of the way he was playing and having the time of his life with that Tommy gun right at the end. Fincheck, Ju, and Z.
Yo, the moneymaker photo. Let's go.
And unfortunately, I can't.
What's Money thinking about right there?
No, I can see.
What are we thinking about, Money?
They managed to cinch it with that top 2 placement in game 5, Levin.
Yes. Wait, you're right. How did Clement not qual? Yo, Money. Moneymaker, bro. What do you think he's thinking about right now? What do you think he's thinking about in that photo?
There was a couple teams in there that performed all throughout the day. Quite there, right? I felt like
probably that time Mongrel called him a flopper.
Clement's team was in the top 5.
He's on his villain arc, bro. He's just thinking about his chance, take him down. Yeah, Chad was right, dude. I didn't even notice. Clement went from first in consistency going into last game to then not qualling. That's how close it was.
And a lot of them,
Clement's team went from first to then 7th for
it's
consistency.
Interesting to see that Pink came good on this promise and has really bounced back with this new trio. Obviously, that's something I'm very excited to see, Takata. Are you?
I am 100%. They've been looking lethal too. I mean, you talked about in the first game. You said
Pink
0
wall, baby.
eliminations. They can't be doing that.
Let's go.
I think Pink could actually do really well. I think Pink could genuinely. I would not be surprised if Pink gets a global spot. We'll see.
But every single match after that, they got
begging on their knees to be popular.
And even so, I think made it.
Is that actually the lyric?
Every single game, so the consistency paid
through.
So.
I only know the popular.
Strong, and I think they're
dude, it got to the point where my fucking wife was saying that. I've only heard Moneymaker say, bro. I actually don't know the song. So it got to the point where my wife was like, Mr. Popular, and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
My days.
It's getting bad, bro. It's getting bad in the Antics household.
That's Loki like.
Well,
relationship goals, bro.
Because she'd watch my streams occasionally, and that was when, like, I remember, my video reacting to Moneymaker got 1.2 million views at one point. Like, dude, Money was like fucking everywhere, dude. It was crazy. Dude, I reacted to him getting a 2-kill win and like a 1-kill win or some shit, just spamming emotes and singing in a box. Got over 1 million views, one of my most watched videos ever. I was like, what the fuck happened? Group A's landing Mosses now. Ooh.
team on
Akira's
the
going dojo.
second
Wait, okay,
page of
Akira's
the
now conning
standings.
pink. Oh,
Who
fuck
you
no.
think we could see do well in their last chance qualifier. I'm
I feel
looking
so bad.
particularly
Hey,
here
bro, you finally get
at
uncon, man.
the
That's
Frizzy
good.
and
Be happy,
Misha.
dude. You earned this
Yeah,
shit, man. If
gonna be
anyone's
surprised-
allowed...
I'm gonna be surprised going. I'm gonna be surprised going by 3 teams, bro. I don't care, man. Like,
I think
happens,
yeah.
happens.
The worst bet is them taking the loot to the south of you. That's my concern for sure for you.
There's been so many times when the Frizzy and
They jump on
Luscious-
the
I don't think that would be the worst. Like Vino said, like
Gotta jump
you
on
have
them,
so
yeah.
much space, so there's a lot of loot to be gotten. So like,
True.
we would just fuck that team up. Like we would just fuck that team up so hard.
Yeah. And then, like, I'm
that
trying
we
to
would
think...
just have surge.
And then who could even third party from that position? If you push them south, what, like, there's no way, like, Shogun's gonna push over with their, like, bandages and, like, a grey pump. Like, the team at, like, Canyon's not gonna do anything. And then Master's still looting, so yeah, you're chilling. You just get to take a full proper fight with no third party, really.
A good performance
Exactly.
in the last chance.
Akira's going to split below dojo. Oh, gotcha. Okay, never mind. W for pink then as well.
Whose chat can I find
Like
to be
today.
watching that one?
Oh, I'm
today.
friends of too many viewing partiers. I don't
Oh,
wanna make any
Levin.
I have 17 tabs open.
Damn, Levin had to play it safe.
I'll have Aussie, I'll have Motor, I'll have
he saying?
Havoc, I'll have
They're asking where he's going to be watching Last Chance qualifier, and he didn't want to say anyone's stream, bro.
I'll have all of them. Every single one of them.
Did he miss any names there?
No, I mean, he's got a good list.
I think that's a good list.
I'll be also doing some of the Spanish viewing parties. Shout out to Suha. I'll be watching all
Was that how you say it?
of the
Suha? I
action
thought we
of
thought it
the
was
last chance
Suja.
qualifier.
I am going to have about 1,500 tabs open and every single one with the audio on. Guys, thank you so much at home.
What are you doing now, Savage? You chilling out for the rest of the day?
For their fantastic
Yeah,
commentary.
we're gonna
You guys for putting up with me.
play some
and we will
Slurp
see you
Rush.
guys
Nice,
when we
nice.
make it
And then
to Europe. FNCS
I'll grab a glass of wine to
Grand
celebrate.
Finals.
Are you actually a wine guy? You're just saying that sound cool. There's no way you're a wine guy.
No, I like wine.
Really? Damn, dude. Europeans just fancy like that, bro. Like, I like the idea of liking wine, but I just fucking don't. I just hate every time I try it. I'm like, this tastes like shit. Yeah, I'm just not a fan. It's weird. I know there's different types of wine and stuff, unless it's like a sweet dessert wine, but at that point it's just alcoholic juice, you know. I'm not gonna count that as wine. Like if it's like a Moscato and shit, I'm like, this is just juice.
Alcoholic juice.
It is basically like, it's just when it's that sweet, like a proper like actual red wine, bro. I think it tastes like absolute piss. I hate it.
All right. So say you were gonna drink. What's your favorite type of drink? Alcoholic drink.
So I'm kind of like a Scotch and Coke guy, or like if it's a nice whiskey, like a whiskey neat, bro. I'm old as fuck, man. Like I've got the oldest taste,
Whiskey.
I swear. Bro, whiskey neat
bro,
is actually nice.
That's something I've tried.
Just don't like
and
it?
It's like same thing with you in the wine.
Yeah.
It's like,
Well, I like
whiskey.
stuff that's bitter and strong. Like I drink like straight black coffee too. Like I swear I've got the biggest boomer taste except for wine. Like the wine's the one thing that it just doesn't fit the boomer taste, man. Old head drink. So I'm not a big drinker either, Chad. I haven't been drunk in like 9 years, so I'm not really a big drinker anyway. I have like one drink and that's it. I'm just stopped, you know.
Yeah, every time I talk about any kind of alcohol, my whole chat just calls me an alcoholic. So shit.
Wait, really? What the fuck? I mean, a glass of wine is fine.
I'm
A glass of wine is
20
cool.
years old and drink all that.
Good alcohol, bro.
Norwegians literally invented like what's it called? Not beer, but like
What'd you guys invent?
this other. What did the Vikings drink, chat?
Oh,
it
like
called?
mead? Was that mead?
Yeah, we literally invented mead, bro. Mead is in my genes, bro.
It's in your genes. To be fair, I imagine you guys gonna have crazy alcohol tolerance, bro. Like I think of like Scandinavians and I think like mad alcohol tolerance. I don't know. Australians are binge drinkers, bro. We got nothing. Like we're like pretty much behind Irish in like binge drinking. It's bad, dude. Like if you go to a party here, people are just getting shit faced, like absolutely blacked out shit faced.
I gotta go to a party there then.
Hell yeah, bro. I gotta get fucking practice, man. I gotta make sure I kick your ass at Pro-Am, so I gotta leave it there,
Oh
bro.
my days, bro.
Oh
I'm gonna
shit. You
smoke
ready,
your
bro?
ass, bro?
You ready to get shit on, bro? Nah, I mean I'm so fucked, dude. I just gotta hope I can just like stick to Peter, not sell. It's like it's the only plan, bro.
Bro, don't worry. I think you're fine, bro. You can definitely get top 3, bro. Come on.
Fuck, I don't know, man. We'll see. It's not up to me, so we'll see. I'll just be there and just hope. I'm just viewing party. The same thing, bro. I'm just gonna fucking die and be like, go Pete. Like it's just that's all I'm doing anyway. That's just the same shit, bro. I'm just getting paid prize money for it somehow. Catch you, bro. Thanks for hanging out, man. Congrats on Grands, dude. I'll be watching.
Bro. Thank you.
See you, dude.
Thank you. I'll make you proud, bro.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm excited. If you get conned, I swear to God, I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm full crashing out if you get conned at a mountain split, bro.
Bro, please, bro.
See you, dude. All right, chat. The unwashing continues. YouTube, peace out. I love you. I'll see you guys for NA. I end in between just because it's easy. I like having the just for the tournaments. So bye bye YouTube. If you want to swing by